See how the matchup is going to go, and it's time for the match start, brought to you by Samsung OLED. It's time to break it down here between Envy and Furia.
Excited to see what Furia can bring to the table. They should have gotten a map win against MIBR in their last game. But now an opportunity against a struggling Envy, but it's Demon 1 on the line towards C.
Good first shot from him. Takes Calm down within striking distance, and Demon 1 lighten it up for a couple of kills before he's answered. Still some pressure down long C for the time being. While Furia have been stalled out here, look how quickly Rossi has activated on the flank.
They're already completely boxed in. So how do Furia try and fight out of this one? Rossi on that off angle tucked towards spawn. Even if he's only getting one kill in this position, it might just be enough. That's a start.
Nicely done, just for the one. Still a minute to work with now. And Furia know that they can pinch around the map, poke and prod now that some gaps have been opened up in the defenses. Envy walk down mid, catch a timing. How about that, Knights? 2 immediately, and this opener for Envy.
So clean out of Knights. I was impressed with watching him play even in these tough matches for Envy when he was locking in the Omen. The last Summit game especially was quite impressive from him. But here, getting to play on that second duelist instead. Makes a great timing on this reclear to clean up.
And so a good start now from Envy. Of course, for Furia, that'll be a tough sign. No upgrades of the pistols to come into this next one. And I think really Furia might end up struggling versus Demon 1's chamber. There he gets 2 kills pretty freely. But the breach is something that's fairly easy for a chamber pick to work around.
Yeah, there's that timing where you can disrespect the stun. It's pretty easy to turn the flashes. And you can always stay longer than others. Nice shot by Rossi.
Good connection on those headers. As that stun goes right between the goalposts of Kesnet and Rossi. Basic, I think he just got a wallbang kill with a classic.
I think it was just a piece of the right-click magic.
Yeah.
I imagine another shot not through the wall connected.
A little bit wild, and unfortunately for Knights, he will drop just 1 away from that Phoenix ult for the 3rd.
You're not too mad about dying on that Phoenix. I want to talk about the breach a little bit, though, because I think the biggest reasons we've seen teams turn away from him is, first of all, obviously the nerf to the stun. With that taking much longer to activate, it's a lot easier to get out of range of that. And I think compared to other initiator abilities, it doesn't give you very consistent value because of the ability to sidestep and go back in. His flashes were already weak to begin with. But when you have a team that's struggling with roles, sometimes you just want to play something that has simple execution. That's what this gives.
And the simple fight down A short. Basic holding on to the stun for now. Doesn't just rip that off the top as the refight comes online for Envy. A couple of cloudbursts at the feet of Koala just to stay alive, but still a player into the corner. Now Glyph drops. And Knights will find himself very alone on this A side.
Yeah, really good fighting towards long. Furia will freeze. Wait for any refight. Just isn't to come just yet.
It's patient from Furia. Waiting to see if, like on that pistol round, Envy go for a mid-round walk.
If you were to look at a win condition left in this round for Envy, I think it would have to be Knights. Tucked towards short. Guardian full armor still in his hands. And there's not a lot of good utility left for this exec. Koala doesn't have a dash.
It'll all come down to the timing. As Knight steps up, fighting straight into that drone. Trying to run away, and Furia were waiting for it. So that win condition now taken away. As Envy got a little bit antsy, and that patience pays off.
I think once you flash that corner, you basically have to commit into the fight. There's not time to run away. Envy get caught with their backs turned. And this looks to be a flawless round now for Furia.
That's great news, especially 3 players maintaining full armor. Saves you 3,000 creds into the next round.
And that's already an example of the kind of simple rounds that you can go for with this breach. Wait for the smokes to fade, stun towards long, triple swing, trade out the fight. Execute it well there as Demon 1 is going to see if he can get a cheeky kill on the way out with those headhunter bullets.
Yeah, anything he can do here would be welcome for Envy as just the one. All right, not too bad. Does take a gun out of the equation, and Furia found their first.
When we're normally talking about attack sides, though, these days the the talk of the town is farming Phoenix Orb, getting a Phoenix Ult.
I'm so tired about talking about Phoenix Ult.
No, we gotta talk about the Phoenix Ult.
I hate it.
Well, good news, this is the time where at least one of our teams, that's not the case. They really do not have great ults to snowball. Sure, Breach ult is strong, Sova ult is strong, but it's gonna take like 97 years to get any of those tools online.
It's always me.
So a bit harder to snowball. Is Calm disappointed to eat the wrong end of the headhunter?
No, look, Calm's just a team player, but oh, that's a good dart.
Yeah.
Catching out the op purchase, by the way, for Demon 1.
He's still here, though.
The thing is, it's such a close angle. It's a little bit difficult to beat out Shy there.
Does he challenge this?
Hard to imagine he actually steps out of this little doorway.
Basically, whoever swings first dies here. It's an awkward position.
It's a game of chicken. It's a bit of a game of chicken over in Garage 2. As the Reclear ult comes out of Knights into Garage, Fury had already left the space, so he's really just going to have to sprint and do something, but nothing to be found on this side of the map, and that's going to pressure Demon 1 out into Shy. He saw so many players in mid, he thought surely he had the angle. That's going to be a big loss of the op.
Nice work by Furia. They'll freeze now with that re-aggression, but with two very strong in-bed positions, both tucked front B and down short as well.
Fury will have to commit those soon. Less than 40 seconds now. And the response will be swift from Envy if it is the B-pop. Already have two players immediately ready to answer. And with that smoke on site, it actually allows Envy into the site with some pace.
The Molly.
It's just burning him down. Artson tried to stick that one, I think, feeling the time pressure. It's a big mistake. Now the drill comes out too, pressuring Rossi away from the spike with 12 seconds left. Fury have to somehow pick this up, plant it, and fight their way out. Calm has to pull away from the plant, as now with no time left to work with, he must find the kills. Calm is down. It's 3 for Glyph, and a disaster at the end of the round for Furia.
I think Furia really misunderstand the situation there. I think that they believe that Envy have already rotated further away from that site, that they can afford to just take front site control, plant, and get out. But there was already players at their feet. You see the combination of the Blaze Wall and the Molly to double up on the damage there,
it's
along
like
with the Astropole. It's so brutal.
0.01 seconds before he finishes the plant.
What are they doing? What are they doing? Nice guys.
And if Art just had that extra 1/10 of a second, the spike goes
still
down. It's a
win.
different world. Yeah.
That is a big mistake here. But luckily, they still have money. Still have an ult on Calm.
The op was not reclaimed by Envy, though.
Interesting bait setup on C. Demon 1 will TP out, leave Rossi in that corner.
I mean, the last time Envy played this map, even though they got spanked by MIBR, Rossi was putting up numbers with the Astra. Demon 1's trying to give him an opportunity to flex that skill once again. The pull. We'll keep Fury at bay as a quick dash into the Cloudburst. Koala had the hard read, but it doesn't matter because Demon 1 was on the opposite side. That TP backup, though, is punished as Shy somehow lays out Kesnet. Bit of a disaster. Look how low these players are. 16 HP across 2 members of Furia.
What?
Oh my god,
Hello?
Cliff is looking at his back. Shy had no clue.
He was running.
Lost in the sauce there.
Standing ahead.
As the dart comes out. A Sova one-on-one, but it's about as mismatched as possibly can be, and the dart hits too. Glyph with a beautiful finish to the round. That is back-to-back big rounds out of the scout player.
Boy, that was a round of Valorant. The whiffs on both sides. I think that should have been a lot easier for Envy to shore up if it wasn't for those 2 big opportunities. Backside they lost out on. Thankfully, Glyph and Demon 1. Those two, the guys to get it done. How does it take Shy that long to turn around? Bro, stomping.
Turn the music off, Shy. It's tough to hear sometimes.
Go, bro, you're cute.
Kesnet's still hype, despite the struggles in that round. It's a Red Bull clutch for Glyph.
It's moments like that where I wonder how many people were talking in the comms that might have made it tough for Shy to figure out his bearings.
When we've had the listens in, it is frenzied at times.
So Kesnet fights down short again. Glyph preparing on the other side of the dart cover. Warning shot or two.
Furia just contact into the smoke, ready to pop off of it with a breach flash.
And that breach stun can be really tough to get away from. That's why Kesnet is just full on leaving the site, not playing default. Instead, it's a Phoenix wall from Link to try and allow Envy back into the site. An interesting idea, in and out. An assassin is Kesnet. And now the wall on top, this TP, bit ambitious out of Art. 3 members of Furia trying to hold on somehow, but they still have yet to plant the spike. And Basic is just in front of the wall on his own. No support to come online. And unfortunately, that Stinger just outmatched entirely. That'll be 1 for Calm. That'll be 2 for Calm. And on the half buy, not too bad, I suppose, for Calm and Furia.
I really like the flood retake there from Envy. Throwing the Phoenix wall out wide just to allow someone to sneak in, get that opening pick here from Kesnet.
Come on.
Before they tuck back away. And I think this is a big mistake from Art. Down a man, they felt like they needed to make a play, but he gets immediately punished for it. And then with an Astro Wall in play.
Bro, Max, how is he one-tapping you?
No reaction.
That's just the Calm special, I suppose. And so after 6 rounds of play, Furia call a timeout. This is a tough situation to be in. I feel like there's, both the big rounds 4 and 5, the ones that end up slipping away from Furia, those back-to-back Glyph rounds, 3-piece and a 2K.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's necessarily been like a massive failure from Fury in the early rounds. I think they're getting themselves into all right positions. It's just been messy at the end of these rounds. And Envy's been coming out on top of most of them. You look at that B post plant where they stuck the spike into a Molly and lost it despite being in a winning position. Even with the worst guns, you look at that last A round and you see the potential. They fully got sight. Just lost out to the retake.
Coming into round 7 now. A couple of powerful ultimates to work with. Rolling Thunder for Basic. Koala's not even going to bother purchasing a rifle. He'll use the Blade Storm.
You got to win this one. These ultimates do not come on often.
Here.
So really what I'm looking at is what will the plan be from Furia coming out of the timeout? It's got to be a turnaround play from them. Some way of activating these ultimates. As the fight comes in, it's Envy to try and get out there, and both these players are shut down. Fury will have a chance to listen to them in this wild round.
Yeah, can we... Yeah, we're gonna re-drone A.
Re-peeking.
80 on this guy.
I hear you. I'm gonna re-drone A for Shy right now.
Okay, done?
Come. It's fine. It's
Nice.
here, just keep a Charlotte thing, they'll give us kills.
He's gonna pick garage.
I think just ending B is gonna be pretty good for us.
I agree.
They're just gonna...
Garage chamber, picking.
I'm holding.
Don't open.
I'm posted, just
I'll
off me, basic.
Huh?
Off me.
The other one can lock the mid with this, okay?
He's not peeking wide, he's just
I'm gonna
holding.
shock him.
He's trying.
Bro, he's healed. Yeah, he's healed.
He's there still. He got double shot.
enemy.
Nice.
No!
Good patience, boys.
That was devastating. What a little piece from Calm. A good read against Demon 1, using those shocks to force him out into the open. And I think just responding nicely to the fighting from Envy.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear these listen-ins from Furia, where it's almost always Calm, the main voice in these mid-rounds, so proactive, talking through what he wants the team to do, how they want to approach these situations. And credit to them, Envy gave a big challenge with that fast fight through mid. But they answered extremely well. Didn't even have to use the breach ult in there.
Exactly, because all they did was react to what Envy was doing. And it was the same thing on round 3 that Furia won, where they reacted to the A main fight. And I think in slower rounds where Envy are feeling the urge to do something proactive, that is where Furia found all their success. Now a stun into Garage, a dash in as well. So Koala losing that out if he wanted to work into C.
Look at Demon 1 though, he's already walked his way down C long, puts it on a very forward angle. This will allow Envy to be able to put presence elsewhere.
Envy choose not even to put that presence down. They're fully abandoning the A site for now, choosing to maybe play retake.
But I think the longer he's here, the more you want to actually keep space on this site. Winning a retake against a breach ult, if they could afford to save that, becomes so challenging.
That said, Glyph being the guy playing default in the position where you're almost certainly the victim is a problem. I think he was just going there to get the drone off. He'd much rather play a little bit safer and use that Hunter's Fury to interrupt Furia's plans.
And the ult will get used. Happy day for Furia.
Yep.
They get their 5-on-5 retake here.
Molly ready to go down to stop the plant. That's a teleport into hell this time. As Calm, you don't want to stick that. Let's not give any more free kills over to the Molly. And now the Hunter's Fury, so Calm has to cancel it. We're down to 15 seconds on the clock. Basic now in serious trouble, just dodges away from the last hit. Now Envy, how much do they want to send it? Killing the planter, that's another one. Flash out, Calm, the victim. 5 seconds left, they need to get to the spike, but they just can't do it. Round over for Furia. A perfect plan from Envy. The utility to stall the plants, and then just sending bodies at the issue. Deny Furia any chance.
Furia have won their 2 rounds off of reacting to the actions of their opponent. But here they don't have anything to react to. Envy play a largely passive round besides the embed of Demon 1 down C. And Furia just lose the round to themselves. Peter out on time. And with 25 seconds left, the util patterns by Envy very nice here. The way they're staggering the Molly, the Sova ultimate, into Kesnet, then giving his life to the cause. But it's a heartbreak regardless.
And the reason why that passive round from Envy works so well is because they've shown so many mid-round aggro reclears. So Furia are worried about that the whole time. They're playing good protocols to defend against that. We'll see if they can do that here. It's a great shot from Art. Didn't even know about the walk down in the previous, but knows the tendencies of Demon 1.
Towards a long drone.
Know exactly where you are.
Spots at least onto 1. That ultimate will give good information. It's the Omen ult goes all the way back in CT.
Yeah, Art knew there was a gap here because of the neural theft. And Envy heard it. They're clearing out back Gong right now. They've got to be suspicious. But as Envy sent 4 bodies try and deal with Art, who is such a nuisance, the C site has opened up entirely. Art with 3 onto the round now. Remember, he got that opening pick. And while everyone is worried about Art, Shy has crept through Garage. This is a round where the IGL just completely took over and won the round solo for his team, both through the individual play and through the calling.
For sure. That position was, again, back to the win condition. Wait for Envy to do something, immediately punish it. He kills the walk down. They get the Cypher ult off of that kill. And he makes a very swift reaction to head into this TP.
I will say in a couple of these rounds, Fury have done a very good job at dealing with Demon 1's op.
Yes.
That round right there, they hold for it. And then the previous round, where Calm was sending the double shocks at Garage, looks great for them.
They've been very aware of it all game. I think the last time that Demon 1 had a big round was like round 1, and then I think round 3 where he was over towards C. Since then, and since that op has gotten in his hands, it's been largely kill here, kill there. Nothing really to write home about. Is Art going for a little more to close out this round?
Oh, even has that cross-map stun from Basic to pick up 4 on the round.
Yeah, nice 4K from him there. So now a chance to even this half back up. Envy's money in a bad position. And I want to see what they recognize as the solution now. Are they going to move away from these more proactive mid-rounds? They worked early, but the ones that have been failing are when they're getting punished on these plays by Furia. If they just sit back, quietly stack onto sites, even with the weaker weapons, there's a chance that Furia just peter out.
It might just be a big fight, as a matter of fact, creeping down 3 players. Last time you saw 1 guy, what if we raised that to 3? Is the idea from Envy coming in on this eco. There's just a single Sheriff for their Phoenix. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Envy continue to play more proactively. You know, maybe when they have the bigger ults into the rounds, they might do more set plays around that, but I think just looking at Envy's tendencies as a whole is they never want to be sitting back on their laurels. They're always going after you.
The worst games for Envy this stage, you think of that first Ascent they played versus EG, I think that was really the big problem.
We've already burned 40 seconds from the clock. I think Fury have done a good job at allowing Koala into this garage space in a couple of rounds, putting that pressure down, and it's a major gap on the map that Envy will be aware of. Unfortunately, for Demon 1, Shy is going to filter in a different area, and on the other side, Calm is there too, so no matter what Envy were trying...
Good slide there, wow.
Into some trouble now is, I think Envy might believe that Fury are finishing on A behind their Cypher, but it's actually the C site the spike has found itself on. It's a wild round.
It is. Shy is still here. He's not going to be a factor in this round again for a very long time. Now Envy have figured it out. They'll double flank on this retake, but with the ult gone away, It's just a classic on a long angle now.
Surprise, Glyph. Artson is back in your spawn again. Artson just lives there now. I think he has squatter's rights for the area.
And now Furia have this one shored up. Koala refighting towards long, and Aftershock to get the kill. And a nice position from them. We haven't really seen Shy activate on any of these lurks so far this game. Here, he goes aggressive towards A long, gets the pick onto Demon 1. And that goads Envy into the aggression that is almost immediately punished by Furia.
So 2 more rounds left to play in this half. This is where we need to see what the adjustment will be from Envy. Right, they got up to such a heater of a start. 6-1 was the scoreline. Now it's starting to come on back.
Evil cackle.
As Envy will call a timeout for themselves and try to right the course here at the end. I'll tell you now, Demon 1 has money for the operator, and I think when he's able to comfortably sit on a forward line, that simplifies the macro majorly for Envy.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Once they get him posted, they're able to very much stack elsewhere on the map. They also have tools to play these retakes. I think the retakes rounds have been some of the biggest points of success for me when I'm watching Envy. They have great ideas of how to stall out the plant with the molly, with the wall from the Phoenix, and just layer this utility on before sending Kezen to slide. I think 2 or 3 of their round wins have just come from ideas like that. And in that sense, I don't think I want to see a massive change out of them.
Yeah, and I think the big one is a lot of the time it doesn't even turn into a retake because Furia can't even plant the spike because of that utility. And that just means now you have 4 or 5 players ready to rotate and keep that fight going.
You absolutely do. Furia now, they themselves trying to consider their options going into this round. Got a Sovalt online for Calm. And well, they found success in these last few, just punishing the walkdowns. I don't know if they're going to be given as free an opportunity here. I'd like to see them get tested on having to go for a faster hit and see how they can answer against an Envy who has the op, has these retake ideas we're talking about.
Demon 1 going down short, and Furia have split their resources, showing that drone down scene. I think trying to threaten a surprise pop towards A, not too far away. That's a Hunter's Fury coming out, as a matter of fact, over on the C side of the map while Demon 1 claims the smokes. Bit of a interesting idea from Fury that gets instantly shut down.
But unfortunately, they know nothing still. They're stuck behind their barriers still at this point in the round. Where do you call back into with a minute left down a man?
Also, I'm pretty sure that was a collat shot that caught Koala as well. He's on 30 HP after opening up on A. So in terms of entering into a site, you're just 1 bullet to just about anything. Still has the dash, I suppose.
And I like this read. Leave Demon 1 posted with a trip towards A. Keep 4 towards the BC side of the map, ready to quickly react.
Most of Fury's garage takes have been noisy. Breach utility, jet dashes, the works. So this is going to come as a bit of a surprise. Luckily for Envy, they're playing off-site, and it's Keznit now running into this Cypher trip. Dealt with now, as with 30 HP, Koala still able to cancel out the Phoenix ult. That's a major win, and getting in front of it too! Just holding the curveball out in the window is a big punish, as now Calm comes in. Fury have so many ideas to attack into garage. So Envy have to come all out from CT, and they might just need that. This Astral dividing things up. Glyph already has the half stick. Another shock will take him out of it. How much longer can they work on this wall? As the smoke comes down, Calm and Basic flood through. Furia within 1.
I don't love how close that Astral ended up being. I would have liked to see them fight a little deeper for more space. That allowed Furia to just hold on the other side, jiggle in and out very easily to take these fights. The reaction.
Oh my, that went through Koala's leg to kill the player in the back.
Eating some damage on him as well. But you can see it again here where they're in a position where stuck behind that wall. It's very difficult to actually get an advantageous fight. And it's pretty easy for Furia to find an opening, find a gap in that defensive setup.
Well, this is different. Koala picks up the attack op now. And Demon 1 will just be in that same corner he got punished in a few rounds ago. Basic now 2 away from the Rolling Thunder. We'll see if that comes into play later.
So what's brutal about the new Breach, he might not even get a second ult in this half, depending on how this round goes.
Demon 1 is skilled all the way up, though. I like that from him. He's played these extremities really aggressively. It's been about 50-50 for him on the success, but with that opener, it sets Envy up wonderfully to play this round out.
He's still here, still waiting.
Fury want to set up a fake drone idea into Garage, similar to the previous round that they opened up C-Long. I don't think Demon One's going to be fooled, and because these players are trying to clear out those close corners, he can punish. Now Rossi, here's come prancing away, lets him off with a warning this time. Just don't come back here, he says.
Somehow jumps out of that one. And that makes this round all the more winnable. Now a 3-on-4. Shy, looking for a pick back towards B2 players, ready to test him in the A connector.
Noise made into Garage, and that is the go button for Shy. What an opening he's found.
This timing.
He's fully slipped the net, but with Rossi winning out on that fight, he needs more from backside. He needs both of these, and the slide and glide is way too much.
Nah.
Breaks his wrist trying to follow through on that Neon.
That's unreal that Kesnet gets that kill. Just unkillable sliding on him in that position.
And so Envy will maintain their lead at the half. It got ugly there at the close. But a good round from them and from Demon One in particular.
Yeah, this
set
was
the
sick.
tone.
Walks up, Koala, no idea he could be on that angle. Catches Artson lacking later in the round too.
Nice.
7-5 the score. Envy have the lead over Fury, and we'll be right back in just a few moments.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup, and wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch side access.
Are you? David Beckham, a Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
How I like, leave the coins in the tray. By the seat, by the window, fly out same day. New shoes, same night.
All right, who's gonna win today? Furia or Envy?
Envy.
Envy, okay. Yeah, all right.
I think Furia.
Furia.
Envy, Demon One, let's go.
All right.
Furia, I have to say. The Brazilian teams are undefeated, and Envy is kind of dog shit. Oh, bad right now.
Once, don't have to think twice. Feels so easy, feels so light. Spend it how I like. Spend it how I like. Tap once, don't have to think twice. Feels so easy, feels so light. Spend it how I like. Now spend it how I like. Tap once, don't have to think twice. Feels so easy, feels so light. Spend it how I like. Spend it how I like.
Well, Kesnet standing up after a strong first half, 7-5 for Envy. I think trying to shut down some of the momentum Furia had towards the end there. This one is promising to be a tight one all the way through.
Yeah, it really is. I think good ideas from both teams in that half. Furia, they looked good when they were punishing their opponent's proactivity, calling into these late rounds. But for Envy, they got great success out of Demon One and his operator. Their flood retake ideas looked very good. And now I think the big elephant in the room is playing on defense with this breach and what value you can get out of it.
Common positioning would just be over towards A-Link, so Envy stay completely opposite to that breach. See if that stun can come online as the fight on site goes through. Furia backed behind that smoke, and the stun comes in, connects on two players. That really stops Envy from advancing, gives Art time to continue working on this side. But that scale around from Knights was absolutely devastating.
It's really beautiful stuff. And Shy put in another one of these brutal late round positions to try and clutch things up for Furia.
Curveball around the corner. Envy are running at him, even up numbers. And he holds the ground. Couple of strong pistols out of Demon One.
And you say that with the questioning intonation, but That's what I want to see from Envy. That's what I feel like has been lacking from them all stage. This is a team that has some of the best duelist players that the league has seen in the past, that have had some of the highest peaks in Americas. And I think that they failed to find the value out of them. They failed to find an identity. And watching them play this comp, it's certainly not perfect, but it's feeling a bit closer to it, where they're going for these proactive defensive ideas, scaling together on attack. Just a matter of actually closing it out.
They should, by all means, be able to close this one out, securing both pistol rounds. Clean anti-ecos as well. I think that'll be the regret for Furia if this one does end up slipping away, is actually doing really well in terms of rifle rounds, but not finding any success with the pistols has just set them up really poorly both halves. Starts the ult snowball for Envy.
For sure. And you just don't have the luxury on the other side for Furia. When you're playing this single duelist comp, I know we've been talking about it all game, but after they made those roster changes, let go of Alum, they put themselves in a position where their roster just not very well suited to this meta, having to make compromises either on comfort or on playing towards the best possible compositions.
Yeah, I've seen them play the double Sentinel on Sunset to some big success, but playing real old school here on Haven is just difficult, I think, especially when you are losing out against the early pistols and the snowball, because look at the ults Furia have.
30 seconds
Yeah.
Like, you've got a Breach ult and Sovol. Those are your big ults. You've got two of them, right? On the other side, Envy have the Phoenix, the Chamber, the Sova, the Neon. Like, you have so many different things. Just go forward and fight, and much cheaper ults as well.
Yep. Knights didn't have a particularly insane half on Phoenix. He still had 3 ults. He has an ult here in round 14. Basic has only had a run it back, or excuse me, a Rolling Thunder once this entire game.
Yeah. And even that was a site that Envy just left open
Yep.
and played for the retake, because you know what's coming your way. And so Furia, the highest value play here is just to die to the spike, because you are not going to win that ultimate snowball game. That's exactly why Rossi is walking up into the B side. Spotted out and taken down. But even then, it's Koala getting that ult point, not the breach.
Unfortunately, when you're talking about ult snowball, though, the only man who died was the one with a ghost. And the rest of these players have pretty potent guns going into a bonus round. A run it back, plus 2 real rifles, and a potent rest of the squad. And I think there is a real risk here for Furia.
One of the biggest things we're going to want to track for Furia early in this half is how quickly Koala can get an operator in his hands. It's one of the big benefits of going for a jet in your comp compared to some other options. Of course, it'll be matched by Demon 1 on the other side in this particular matchup, but it should be a big pivot point.
He won't have it this round, though. Instead, an aggressive play, down mid, a Breach Stun ready off his contact.
Good shot from him. Demon 1 is down. And so Envy, consider their options. It's Knights sending himself solo into the C site. It's trying to set up for a fake, so the rest of the team pivots back around the map. Rossi's found an opening on the B side. Basic steps back. Did he spot him? I don't know if he saw Rossi there. That timing was so narrow. He certainly saw the Neon on the other side. Takes him down. Now Rossi looking the wrong direction. I mean, how has this guy done it?
This is
Mission
craziest
impossible.
timing.
Literal Tom Cruise has somehow made it all the way behind enemy lines. And Glyph not far behind. There's 2 tripwires on the ground. Camera spots him finally. And now he realizes he is in a miserable spot. Down numbers. Lasers all around as one trip is broken. Glyph posts on the forward line. And Envy have brought in the support now. Furia are taking their time and the spacing a little bit awkward. Wonder if Furia gonna send it. Flashes connect, but somehow Koala's looking the wrong way. No one can see a thing in the midst of it all. And now Rossi in hell. A little bit labored here. More and more flashes rain down. Basic, steady through it all for 3 and the round from Furia.
Good work to Basic there. That round had disaster written all over it for Furia. Whether it was the insane timings through mid to get into A, or even just the pathing into the site. Koala was so far ahead of anyone else. But I think what turned this round from a real danger
Nice
to
shot.
a nothing burger was that kill right there. Why is Kesnet solo sliding back CT, like backside B when no one else is in a position to fight with him? It's those miscues that have haunted me when I'm watching Envy all stage.
Yeah, I think Kesnet found himself in a tough spot where he didn't want to give up Rossi's lurk through A-Link, and he'd already been spotted. So really just tried to send it and see what he could, but it was a big miss, and it led to major numbers down for Envy. See if they can turn it back here, as Demon One has secured the attack op. And that means you can't be losing this round. You cannot be giving over the operator for free. Demon One needs to be solid here.
But I like how much they've done early already. Break the trip in garage, put pressure there, and now re-clear back towards A.
That's a flash out of basic. Still has one remaining. No stun for now. And Calm has been exceptionally patient. Knowing the risk here, but he gives a foot over. Demon One waiting just for the slightest inch of an overpeak. As Basic burns his second flash, and now the drill too. Demon One has to teleport away. Now Envy barreling it into garage. No one's clearing their corners. Looking shy, man. You got to do something about him. Finally, Envy will take him down, but not before taking a licking. It's 2-on-2 now. Kesnet low. And Envy without much space to play with.
Artsin has to cross. Rossi jiggling on the angle.
Artsin made it past and spotted Rossi. You can tell from the spam. And he knows the spot. He has a paranoia ready to go. How can he activate this to get Calm into the site? A dart comboed with the paranoia. No one's breaking the dart, but no one's pinged up by it either. Kesnet slips on through, and Envy take the round regardless.
They win the round where they do not clear their corners in garage. That's unreal from Envy in more ways than one. But the crux of this round is this play. As this fight down mid comes in, the breach flash is easily turned. Envy get all the trade kills through. And then they play this 2-on-2 into essentially just two 1v1s as soon as Artsin is stuck out in garage alone. Confidence from Kesnet. You can see the energy coming back into him.
Well, Envy wasn't able to recover the operator, so that one will just go into the void. Doesn't matter for Demon One. Outlaw at the ready. And the duel versus Art once again. Art catches him off on the off angle. A short has not been Demon One's comfort zone. Let's see how Envy do in terms of clearing Shy out of this angle. It's a good drone. He'll be
He aftershocked the drone and got a kill off of it. That's sick.
Wow.
Rare aftershock kill.
Basic has been just hurling his util into mid the last couple of rounds.
That feels like a miscom. I don't know if no one saw it or he just didn't react fast enough, but either way, it eats that one, and now only a 3-on-5 for Envy.
Artsin, the problem maker for Envy. Finds himself in the right spot. But if he drops, all of a sudden this round could get ugly from Furia. Equalize numbers a bit. He won't, though. He's strong on it. A paranoia and dodged away from the stun. So now Envy with just 2 players left alive. Lucky to plant this spike. Lucky there's not a drill from that breach to throw him off. Still having the stun and everything at the ready. Furia will just continue working on through it all. 3 for Artsin onto the round. And Furia start to build up something here on the defense.
Yeah, nice reply from them. Art's been stellar over towards A short, even earlier in this game. I think he's been having a solid map, despite his team maybe not having the greatest overall performance. That round where he TPs towards spawn, saw him as well. I want to see this aftershock kill. Yeah, just goes down there. No one calms for Glyph that that's coming in.
You see both duelists running away from the drill. Don't let him know.
Don't tell him.
Some hazing over at Envy.
Drink this goldfish.
Poor Glyph. Well, Envy gonna find themselves in a tough economic spot. So they'll just sprint down short, see if they can punish someone like Artsin that was just playing a little bit more isolated here in the previous round.
Basic finally has that breach ult online. Considers using it. Can contact long.
Really? That's a major investment when you might not get to cast it again. And it only nets them the single kill. Molly on the ground stopped anyone from chasing forward on it. And even then, the difference between the Jet and the Neon means it's very hard for a Jet to continue that fight up. Just having the close range dash, not having a stun, stops that play in its track.
Yeah, I don't love that investment. To see an ultimate that there's a good chance you will not get again. Used it on a round that's only an anti-eco. Nice spam by Calm.
Koala picks up the angle. Well controlled here, I think, on the anti-eco. Apart from that jumping clear out of Kesnet.
Right here.
Envy still need to find some way forward, so they keep marching on towards the A side. Base sick, gets out in front of the fight, a little bit sloppy there. Although Shy securing 2. Should mean good signs, but Knights has a Phantom now. Knights has an ultimate now. It was a 1-on-2. Could be turned right around. The worry is he can't pull the trigger on that because someone could just drop from heaven and cancel it out. So he's got to bunker himself on site to teleport around, and Calm will come flying in to land the round.
It's a very expensive anti-eco. 3 players fall, your biggest ultimate used. But Furia do manage to weather the storm there. I like how they play that 2v1 at the very end. Paranoia, TP across, give yourself 2 angles. Don't let you easily clean things up. This is going to be the difficult round to weather for Furia now. Envy have pretty much every one of their big ultimates online. They're grouped up to start over towards this A site. And it's another round where Koala can't get that operator in hand.
Furia choosing to value him on the rifle here, walking down into mid. We've seen this look before. This time, though, he hasn't found anything. And Envy just ripping the exec on A site. Plenty of trips on the ground for Shy to spam up from heaven, and the Phoenix wasn't able to spot either of them. So still some danger when Envy tried to accelerate into the site. But Kesnet just walking for now. Will break the first and set this up. Envy didn't have to use their ultimates to exec in here. That'll be a major difference in the post plant, as Glyph will be able to rely on the Hunter's Fury. He's playing so far back right now. Fury have sometimes taken too much time to wait for the util to come online. Now they've got a dart, they've got the stun, and there's the Hunter's Fury to cancel it out on the other side. Fury has stalled out for now as the wall chops up the site. Paranoia comes online, and Furia are into it now. That's 2 kills, make it 3 into the round. I mean, Envy can't see a thing. They don't land a single kill. Furia mop the floor with them.
I'm gobsmacked. Did Furia win that one flawlessly? It looked like they were out of time. The utility chaining from Envy was so good back towards spawn. But the second this retake actually comes in, it's a little bit flustered looking from Envy. You see Kesnet there fighting ahead of his team's own Aster Wall. As players tuck towards Hell, swing late off their teammates dying, it's just a lot of little miscues between these Envy players.
Calm on the Bastion turret going crazy up in heaven. Envy didn't stand a chance. So now as their lead has shrunk entirely, 1 round separating the squads, Envy will call a timeout. And this is an Envy team that has yet to win a map in Stage 2. It was looking like a sure thing for them. They won both pistols, they get off to a roaring start here in the second half, but that has not been the case come the rifle rounds.
No, it's dissipated very quickly. And in that last round, I think that their approach was good. They choose to full take the A site there. Util chaining is very good early on. But as I think it always has been with this iteration of Envy, is the failures come in the late rounds. The failures have come in the micro. You see Koala's operator stats so far. In kickoff, had so much impact with that weapon. Part of the reason they won, down to 16 op kills in Stage 2 so far. And I think the biggest answer for why that's the case is these roles. That they don't have Alum anymore, that they don't have a second duelist to play the dive. That Koala's getting asked to fill into double duty, and on most of the maps are having Shy, who I think objectively is a weaker opper than Koala, play the chamber because of how their roles have worked out.
Yeah, Shy guy that is a dominant site anchor. That's usually off his util, off his rifle work. This time just has that camera to spot down long. Little bait and switch idea. As that drone will be broken, Koala falls off the angle. But Shy still in the corner.
Demon One was waiting with the tour de force. His teammates accomplished their goal.
Oh, nice shock dart out of Glyph. That one went all the way over into Garage to break the tripwire.
Breach stun to re-clear.
Wait, that shock dart baited out Basics breach stun.
Yeah.
He's not going to have that for ages now.
It's a really valuable trade. That means a C hit now becomes all the more doable. Look at Furia reading a finish towards A. Envy haven't moved a muscle.
Glyph has just gotten inside of Furia's head with one piece of utility, has opened up this C site for his team, has stopped Basic from having access to the breach stun. Used that 20 seconds ago. Not going to be online until deep into this post plant.
It was a 5-on-5 retake last time. Envy, they couldn't come up with their micro at the end. They have to shore it up here.
Fight into Garage now, trying to put the pressure so Calm can't use the Hunter's Furia. And here we go. Furia into the site now. Hunter's Furia lighting up Glyph as Artson strikes out from Garage. It is overwhelming force from the defense. As the smoke fades away, Demon One looking for some kind of an angle. Now that spike out in the open. He could be deadly here. One already for the Chambers. A jumping swing sets up Demon One for another, but it won't be enough. We're all tied at 10.
That is a great shot from Shy. The slow from the tour de force was brutal in that position. All 4 Furia players stuck in the circle together. They trade out well, hit some nice shots, and they win yet another retake. That's 4 in a row that they've picked up now. And it's another round, I think, where it just looks a little disconnected. You see Knights here fighting in. The rest of the team getting sent scrambled on the site by the Hunter's Fury. And despite the heroics at the end,
Good calmness in that retake. That was good. Shit.
just not enough.
And so, for round 21, we've got the op matchup finally. Koala Noob had enough to purchase it. He's posted top B. Not the point of focus yet for Envy. Going to deny any forward lines over into A. Post up Demon One with an op of zone on long.
Demon One just patient on the angle.
Yeah, he played in that corner so many times on defense. He's really thinking someone will want it.
Calm jiggling here.
Uh-oh.
We've seen this one before.
Don't show him your shoulder! It's a big mistake. Demon One will punish you for it, and so instantly, Envy, which we're thinking about using this Phoenix wall to work up into Garage, will put that down for the threat because that wall blocks off the Cypher camera on the C side. So now Garage is a huge gap. Now the B site is another major question mark, so Shy has to try and cover both of those on his own. That means he can't be checking his camera regularly. That means Envy have a chance to pop out onto the site.
But the issue in these last few rounds has been the post plants, been the late rounds. They need to kill Shy cleanly here.
Can you do it? The anchor enthusiast, that'll be one for him. They know exactly where he is. And Glyph will shut him down. So into the post plant, Kesnet steps up inside of the smoke. Furia are down in numbers. Koala might want to pull out the knives to get the show on the road, and he will. Stun and blind at the ready, but their duelist is down. Smoke thrown out to cover the long angle, but Envy are all up in front of it. Furia will not have that same space afforded to them this time around. And Artson just walks into his demise. It's Basic's job to recover the operator and skirt on out of there.
2 rounds in a row where a pick and one piece of utility completely booms the defense for Furia.
And it's in Garage both times
Yes,
too.
last time the shock dart breaking the trip, sending them scurrying on a re-clear and late towards A. And this round, a Phoenix wall, blocking off the camera, forcing Shy into a strange position. And you combine that with this beautiful shot to begin from Demon One. You just cannot be dying there if you're calm.
Yeah.
Come here, Jiggle.
And the big difficulty for Furia is because of the style they're playing, because finally they have the operator on Koala, well, it means when you lose numbers, it's really hard to go for like an aggressive re-clear. Because usually you want your breach and your jet doing that. On the op, it's just not the same thing.
Which is, again, why this is the struggle of their comp. Other teams with double duelists have a second player to get that done.
You have the Phoenix guy.
Instead, Koala is getting asked to do literally everything at once. And one man can't achieve that all. The other difference that round was just the micro. Shy was tucked into that site. They've lost multiple players to positions like that in the past. Here, it's clean. A 1-for-1 trade for Envy. And now from what was such an incredible defensive half, 4 rounds won in a row. This is a teetering position for Furia. They lose this round, the money is starting to look a little weird. They're probably not going to be able to get another op in the hands of Koala. Suddenly, Envy would be on match point.
Yeah, by all accounts, Furia are crushing this second half, but because Envy had the lead and has the pistols, it is really dangerous.
It's really the double pistol that has made the difference. I think Furia's been better in the gun rounds by far in the second half, and also in the later stage of the first half.
Yeah, the stats don't lie. It's all there for Furia. But now with your economy hanging in the balance, and this map as well, Furia need to dial it in. And so it's an idea swap. Basic is now on the C site with that vertical fault line. It can be so devastating, and Demon 1 changes things too.
Back-to-back rounds. An opening pick for Demon 1 on the operator.
It was Demon 1 that won both pistols for Envy as well. Demon 1 that dominates in the first kills this time.
And how long have we waited to see Demon 1 just play the chamber and dominate? It's what people have been screaming for the entire stage.
So good. But now, down a number, what do Furia do? Because they have 2 players on B site. It looked like for a moment Calm wanted to walk down, but the question marks are still here. You have a Jet that has to toggle between holding the garage angle as well as holding C long.
They just don't have the proactivity in this comp. They have to try and make a play with the initiator. Just walk down, pray for a pick.
But now if you lose these guys, you have 0 utility to play the post plant. So they are gambling a lot on it, putting Calm in that forward spot, but he's already missed the audio of the rotates.
It's a game of timing for Koala. When does he check long?
And can Koala hit this shot? He has no support to help him. There is nothing. He's got to get one, dash, and get out. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. That's exactly how Koala delivers. Nearly claims a second through the smoke.
Familiar position now. 4-on-4, retake C, but with every ounce of util for Furia.
There's some danger now as Envy have to guard their flank. The threat of a Calm flank deep into the round has pulled 2 players very far off the site. Calm wasn't even going for that. Koala noob with a second. His operator has shown up now. In the 11th hour, dash into the site. Kesnet, under pressure, has to retreat down long. That is the entirety of Envy playing off the site now. And when you're playing off the site with an op on the other side, and with flashes on your breach, Calm picks up that up. That one gun gets 4 kills into the round and ties this thing up.
I don't think I would have believed that the Calm operator collateral is the way that he wins it.
That's crazy. I thought Koala chucked him the gun. No, Calm picked up the op off of Demon 1's dead body for that.
He stole it from his former teammate who opened these last 2 rounds.
Right here.
There's the first. Second from an op. Third. It's all ops all day in this round.
Calm's crazy for that one. Realizing the whole enemy team is playing off-site, so why not post up double ops on the line?
Ready.
I don't like how Envy keep going off-site on these C-post plants. I don't think it's working.
A step up from Koala in front of the smoke, and he just missed the window. Oh my god, Koala is a freak!
That is unreal.
And that is why we want to see the Koala off. That's why every round he doesn't pick it up is denying the chance to impress. He is elite with it in his hands, and Furia look like a different team.
I like this pivot. They try and fight back Garage. The stun, though, keeps Envy at bay. Good awareness from Fury. The op again!
Another one! So good from Koala. Fury have seized the reins in the second half now. The barrel spotted just through that smoke. It's a nice shot from Demon 1 and Rossi. Hold your horses. Basic is 10 HP. It's a 2-on-3. And Envy could be anywhere right now.
Shy is so alone here.
It's all about the timing. If Shy were to overpeak, can he catch Rossi? He holds his nerve.
He thinks Demon 1's behind him.
Hold on a moment. He has found his window.
One enemy
That is just about perfect.
seconds left. Spike down. C.
I have the spike.
Demon 1 has to pick up the spike and try to commit this down, but Shy is still on the approach. And there's a stun that Demon 1 gets in front of. Remember, Basic is low. 7 bullets in the tank. Basic says no way. Furia extend a map point.
Great shot there from the breach. As Furia lock up a massive round, and again, it is Koala the difference. I want to see this shot again. How's he that quick? Honest. A full sliding neon. The perfect correction.
And no chance of a trade either. Glyph was trying to pull out the drone.
Nice! Got my LTD. Oh my god, you guys, I can't wait till we watch this VOD. That shot I hit on that neon, by the way, my boy.
Yeah, we know. Look at that. Kesnit's on 24 HP. That's back-to-back rounds. The big guns from Furia have denied Kesnit the chance to play the round out.
It's
That is devastating.
Though. They're trying to pivot back towards B, but already Basic here in a good position.
Trip broken. Basic shies away for now. Furia are overloaded on the A side of the map. That's 4 players on the right-hand side. Shy the only amount of pressure to come on the western flank.
Don't tell me this game comes down to another 5-on-5 retake.
Fury have chosen to reposition Calm, try and even out those numbers. Have the opportunities to find a trade. And showing the drone on this side too might pull more attention away from the stack that Furia have. And we don't have any ultimates right now, but not too far from unlocking a Phoenix. That could be bad. The shock dart nearly spells doom for Kesnit. And Demon 1 must be found, must be flushed out of this spot. He's holding his own. The Odin stands not a chance. Envy, take us to OT.
A flawless round in the post plant as Envy fight back. Calm stole his op in the previous round. Tried to lock Envy out of this game, but Demon won. What a reply. A massive multi-kill backside from him. And this game goes the distance.
Make no mistake about it. These are 2 desperate teams up on the stage right now. Neither of them have a series win in the second stage. Envy doesn't even have a map win. And they're fighting tooth and nail for it now. There's a chance to have some form of redemption on the start of your stage. As Envy come back onto the defensive side. Demon 1 and that operator has been such a potent problem.
Furia thought that they had their map win against MIBR. They lost that one in OT.
Op revealed. Kesnit takes his spot.
But you have to respect this. Too much pressure to face alone. Demon 1 though, quietly behind his neon, ready with the scope.
Envy have played so many offside A-holds, retaking into it, that this angle is different. Demon 1 knows that. He's working off of that conditioning to find the gap, except he is punished. Koala dives up and around, Glip back into the site, needs some support for his teammates. Pressure mounting as Artson plants a flag on this site. The molly down, burning the toes of Calm, 26 health. Yet that should be enough to plant the spike. No shock darts yet. Envy are picking up the pace right behind the cage, but the camera sees them all. Full information now from Furia as Knights works in Knights! Who is this kid? Envy wanted just that much more.
The issue was the team fighting, was these late round situations where Envy could not put it together. This is a stark contrast to that team. They were down a man, fully revealed towards spawn. And in the span of maybe 3 seconds, they get every kill.
Oh.
That flick.
Any amount of error on that second shot, and that's a completely different game. They're wiped out by that player on short. What a shot from Knights.
Envy can feel it.
Wow, it's Envy calling the timeout.
Wow.
And honestly, I think a round like that, if you're thinking what the coach is thinking and hearing, you have a young player that comes in, has a huge round, you're popping off, you have to settle the heart rate.
Reset
you have to bring it back down. Because this is the side that Envy have been struggling on throughout the second half.
And the most recent problem has been Koala Noob's operator. He has gotten away with murder in recent rounds. I think what Envy calls on their attack side has been good. They've gotten into so many post-fights, so many positions it could have been winnable. But those late rounds, Koala, those are the two things that have kept them out of this game. You look at Furia though. One chance here to push us to another OT. They had an opportunity in regulation, couldn't do it there.
If Envy want to win this here, it'll be by blowing up Garage. Their best rounds were the rounds where they attacked early, dealt with utility, and made Furia question everything. They'll hear that forward tripwire placed. Kesnet will bust down the door. Envy might poke around front B, but eventually they will deal with that tripwire.
Have to do it. Blaze wall's good enough. Trip's gone.
Eats up the one-way out of the Cypher too. So worthwhile.
I like leaving this in bed. Demon 1. He's been here before, but it's been some rounds since they've seen him in this position.
Furia have to be aware of the tendency. Basic senses it. Exchanges fire. But it'll be calm to receive these players down short. The Jiggles, he's been punished on these many times. And he needs to pull out his gun because the firefight is coming his way. Artsin covers him from back sight. Couple of brilliant shots is the only hope now for Envy. Is to lurk up into Koala. No hope, no way. Furia up 3 players with just 30 seconds left to go. Shy 2 will hear these players coming in. Call in the support. A Paranoia, Flash, Furia have everything to send us back to the drawing board. Send us to another. A beautiful shot once more. That's the only guy to stay alive now. Making that dash over into the C site, but Koala is here and waiting. Koala takes us again once more.
Koala ends the round with a 3K. But the hero here has to be Artsin. It should have been good night on this site for Calm. Tucked into a corner, dead to rights with a stun. But it's the breach stun from Basic, followed up by a perfect double out of Furia's IGL. And they stay alive yet again.
Let's go.
So Envy need to replicate once again on the defensive side. We've seen early Demon 1 picks. This time though, rifle in hand. Evenly matched for the time being.
It's a slower start from Furia. Apply some presence towards A. And now themselves look back towards mid, back towards Garage.
Demon 1 and Rossi love these little bait and switch ideas over on the C side. Right now, they have a trip covering them. That is going to be broken real soon. Koala has loved to just dash into this space, but without finding many fights there, he just walks in and Demon 1 steps straight into the mix of it. Trades out evenly with the duelist, but now how do Furia breach this opening without the availability of a dash? And with that smoke fading, Rossi was there. Kesnet is aware of Shy down long, but he is in a world of hurt right now with 3 players closing in on him.
You have to freeze here. Wait for the reaction from Envy. But do you read this double flank? Knights had such a great round before, now the perfect position.
He's right there for it. Envy have given up the C site. But have they waited a little bit too long to cage? And the flash in through Knights! That's the first! Pinged out, lighted up, and they come on through. Knights has done it again! He just continues to deliver!
Excellence from the rookie. A 2K on their A retake, a 3K here. He's arriving in the rounds when they're absolutely needed.
Wow, what a play. And the utility as well from Glyph. Spotting those players helps Knights out immensely. I could see it from him on the stage too, just like after the last major round, the last clutch. that heartbeat, that shaking a little bit because you just feel how much he wants it. So last time his coach let him take a breather. This time Furia gonna help him out to settle down and figure it through.
It was a long time ago that he represented Rankers, the roster that became this Envy squad. And when he came of age, got his opportunity to finally show up in VCT Americas and see what his former teammates earned. Team had changed so much.
It's like, where are my teammates?
There's no one
Where'd
left.
they go?
But with this new roster, with new names, trying to still show why he was such a great player back then, why he can be such a great player in Tier 1 now. But it's this same hole for Furia, having to battle back on their defensive side. And this time, Koala does not buy an operator. It's been one of their biggest win conditions so far. And they look for a trap play instead. Walk Koala towards long, a stun ready off his contact.
We'll see how it plays out. He's looked for it before, but didn't come up with much. How's with the operators? A bit slower. Now Envy aren't playing on that side of the map, but the chamber trip would afford Koala tons of space if he has the confidence to step forward. It depends how many players Furia can count on this side. You know there's a Neon right now, you know there's a Sova.
Calm has to live here. Getting one would be the dream.
But you might need more than that to actually guarantee a win. Artson was the anchor that won the last round in overtime for Furia. This time his teammate's been forced away. He tries to teleport into the corner. He's made into what a beautiful spot, but the stun now in. Oh my word! What a connection he's found! And now Calm into the site with that Odin. Even numbers for the post plant, 2-on-2. And Koala a world away.
Cloudburst, he gets past the trip on the flank. We'll have a very fast timing behind Envy.
Can they expect this? It could have been either a Cypher or a Jet doing the same thing. Right now, Glyph is aware of the short line. He's waiting for it. It's been too slow, they know! But Glyph is low too, 22 health. The White Swing comes in. Shy's stuck in the 1-on-2. Glyph once again, but no! Shy evens it again!
Massive clutch from Shy. Furia have had to battle back so hard to even stay alive in this map. Takes a Red Bull clutch this time.
Overtime.
Who would have thought? Ultra banger map 1 for Furia Envy. Fighting tooth and nail for a map win here.
These teams are so hungry. Envy, they felt how close they are. 2 chances to get the first map win of this stage. They've been able to convert neither.
They want it so bad.
I mean, you can see what it means. This stage has been horrific for both these teams.
If you want any chance of building back some confidence heading into play-ins, you need to win this. And I think Knights has found that confidence, found that form in these last few rounds. He's been showing up in such a big way.
22 kills on him, 24 on Demon 1 alongside him.
Finding his footing on the big stage. What was promised for him. And this will be another tougher round for Fury to navigate on attack. It's been struggle bus for them, now playing without smokes. Koala Noob in front of the smoke himself. He's doing it all. Retreats for the time being. Furia gathered themselves, but Envy are doing the same. Counter flash, basic, up into the mix of it. He's gonna drop. Envy see that spike, laid bare now. They know Fury have to come into them. And they know that Knights has this angle. Take your time, let Knights cook.
30 seconds left.
Don't let Shy do it again. They say no. Envy just keep pounding here on defense.
They look great. I love the confidence that they've kept, even with the tension of overtime ahead of them. And the fact that so consistently it's come from this rookie. Look at that shot. Knights just executing the player in window.
30 seconds
and his team
left.
set up for a great late round as well. The third chance now for Envy to close out map 1.
Can they do it? That is the question. Furia's defense on the rifle rounds was lights out and has continued so far. Artson now on a new angle, hiding inside the enemy smoke. He knows Rossi likes to throw this one, and he spots Knights around the corner. The tracking 2 sets up Calm for another kill. Artson has been so dialed on this A-side hold. It's impressive to see the different ideas he has. Now pulling attention away from Calm in the corner. Taking their time with it. And here's Calm. Rossi getting pushed back as well. Look at them go. The shock dart to finish it off. A flawless round from Furia.
Nobody can win on attack.
No, they can't.
We go yet again. This read is really cool from Artson. That smoke has been thrown in rounds previous. He reads into it, tucks up top on this box, and what a player to kill. Knights down early. The trade from Calm, great. And we go yet again.
Now I'm curious, Riot Games Arena, because I know that when you got your tickets, you had a Leviatán NRG match that you were very excited for at the end of the day. This one is going deep. Envy and Furia are fighting for a win. Who's it going to be? Do we think it's going to be Envy? Got a big squad over here in the corner, or is it going to be Furia? Even score out there. Or is it ever going to even end? No, maybe. We'll find
They're
out.
not sure. One day.
We're going the distance here. A wild situation to find ourselves in now. As Envy this time unable to find an early pick.
Demon One's been back and forth between the op and the rifle on defense in OT. Here, puts away the scope. But the man put into the position where you need success may just be Rossi. Tucked plat. 5 players contacting up ahead of him.
Now it's been typical for Rossi to have the support of Demon One here. But this time, he's got to do it all on his own. The first one is there. Second one not to be found, but his teammates are coming through. Knights gonna get chopped down. Basic already secures 2, but his flame wall takes down Calm. Is that another util kill from Knights? He is doing it all out there, and there is only 12 seconds left. Furia, you have to go. You have to pick up the spike. You got to do something. And as they hear it come in, Basic 3, that's the ultimate. The Thunder is rolling. Basic for the ace. Basic has done it.
That is unreal.
For the breach. In the final hour, Furia win a round on attack.
That looked unwinnable. They had 12 seconds left as the plant got denied. But Basic, the spams through the wall, the ultimate.
Split second to pull that out.
Look at how close that plant was. If that doesn't come through, he has no chance of winning. They lose on time.
And now the pressure for Envy. How do you win a round on attack yourself? Furia have looked so good. And they're riding that high. You don't have a break anymore. No timeouts. No moment to breathe.
They had 3 chances to win this map. Furia has 1. And Artson's making a play.
Oh my word! He went all the way. Envy had no idea that was even an option. Oh my god, he's done it again! Sticks around just to make sure Envy are scared. But Kesnet has found an opening back in. The B site has been unlocked.
It'll be him versus Art.
He's still going. Demon One playing on a pixel. Demon One's down. Kesnet. But his teammate with the spike is so far behind. Furia coming all around, and it's Basic back to back. This map belongs to Furia.
They only had 1 chance in OT. A single match point, and they make it count. An ace from Basic, a 2K to close, and Furia yet again. I think part of this does have to be some specific prep, that this will be a good comp into this Double Senti look. from Furia.
And Envy should have the prep, right? They got to see Furia play a whole game versus Leviatán. Granted, they saw 12 rounds of this comp on the attack. Didn't see so much on the defense.
No, I think
an absolute blowout 13-1 for Furia. And Envy desperately needs something here after they allowed Haven to slip away.
And I like the approach already. Instead of trying to hard anchor the A site, they're playing for a flank with 3 players behind. They will have a trip to contend with, and that might trigger Fury to flip the map.
Bren was asking to see more of this aggression from Envy. And already we're getting it on the pistol. They're 2 for 2 on the pistols already. And that might just extend as Knights continues to extend his own dominant performances. 2 kills to kick off this pistol. And now the defensive utility from Furia has been dealt with. Jump into the site. That's nice from Kesnet. Well, it claims a couple, and now Basic has a chance, and Basic picks up right where he left off.
It was an ace into a 2K from Basic to win map 1 in overtime. And it's a 3K Red Bull clutch from Basic to bring Furia a pistol round win on map 2. He was sitting on the sidelines of this roster for so long. A lot of people were wondering, what are we waiting for? Is this guy worth it? Worth the big roster changes? But despite the team's struggles, I think that Basic has been a great addition to this squad. He's had some stellar individual performances. And that's a hell of a start to this map.
Yeah, already this series with plenty of 2Ks, a 3K now, the 5K. Only needs that 4 to shoot for the cycle in the series. And Furia, by having him clutch up there and win a pistol for themselves finally, well, they have that buffer. It was a hard-fought map, too, to even bring it back to tie after losing both of those.
Certainly was. Now watching this map, I think my biggest focus is going to be the kind of little game between the Sentinel util and the post plants and where Envy chooses to get aggressive. Because there's different approaches. You could think, hey, we want to try and hard anchor more and not look to play into the flood retakes. It is so rough against this comp. Or more similar to the pistol, go for a lot of flank ideas as Artson.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite know how many players are close to him here. He's calling the team back into the stack.
And Artson's a big believer of going for these aggro lurks on the anti-ecos when you just have the ghost in hand. But they're standing straight into the stack. This drone, we'll see a couple of players. Not sure if it's spotted Glyph around the corner, but I'm not sure if it's even gonna matter. Yeah, okay, Glyph gets his one and a dink on the way out. That is a crispy round 2 win for Furia.
Really nice trading there. Artson picks up a bit of an awkward double towards elbow as the rest of the team scales well through main. And keeps that round well in control of Furia. Trading looked real nice here. Koala, we've talked a lot about him being the AWP player for this team, that being the win condition. This is another map where we're less likely to see a lot of AWPing from him. So you've got to see rounds like that where he's getting big value out of the rifle as his sole duelist.
You'll see a lot of the value from his rifling and also his utility on the attack side here. One of the things that was devastating, the combo from Furia, was the GravNet combo back B site alongside Koala's paint shells.
Oh yeah.
Right now using the shocks try and clear away some Cypher util, but these are some of the ideas, those util combinations that Envy will be very prepared for. Already seeing this map played.
They have a good read here. 4 players ready to try and fight back towards this B site.
They've always got the stacks ready to go. Knights continues with a strong opener. Now without your double satchel into the site, Fury are stalled.
I like that Envy are fast flanking. Instead of trying to overreact into B, they take space elsewhere in mid. That means if Fury cancel, they might just be in trouble. They have no info on the right side of the map.
And this is very clear anti-ideas from Envy, just taking full map control against this comp. Furia love to run just stronger execs. I think the Deadlock gets a bad rap for being weaker on the attack side until the post plant. But with the GravNet being rechargeable, with the ultimate being unlocked and being an entry idea, it can be so powerful. So Envy wanting to just seize map control, not even worry about those hits.
Left.
She's one of those characters that kind of breaks the game, transcends any one role. As Rossi, this is a devious position. Does Artson clear it well?
Well, he was going to, had Rossi not just swung out right into his face. And pulls a GravNet out of Basic, who's still worried about that guy in the corner. And there's not much time, Mimi.
No.
By not much time, I mean 10 seconds. So it'll just be rifle saved, I believe, for Furia. And one away from the ult on basic now.
I think eventually this half will have to see Furia figuring out how to put presence in mid control in some of their rounds. Because it's been clear that Envy's read is that, like you're mentioning, they're never there. They can walk down that space and play for fast flanks on their retakes.
Honestly, I think there's a world where Furia's side hits are so strong that they can ignore that for as long as they're dealing with the flank.
Fight into the weaker side of these retakes?
Yeah, because one of the brilliant things about the Deadlock wall is part of your execs. Like, you'll just see Deadlock throw the wall up into shop from over that angle, and then, well, there's no fast rotates from Envy. That's one of the reasons why they want to go for the flanks instead, is you might not always have someone there that's ready to break that wall down. So that means you only have to fight over one lane. It's much easier to fight forward.
I still think the bigger issue, though, of trying to always play that style is that you're giving up a ton of the information game by not having mid control. You're allowing Envy to call into these stacks that even this great exec comp with the net, with the nade, when there's 4 players there, you might just get fully locked into the choke. They can play front sight instead of back sight when they have a stack.
Well, Envy got a little bit aggressive behind the one-way in A main. That's going to discourage Artson from playing by himself, so he calls in support while Knights is stepping out in mid. This is the freedom of aggression that we were excited to see from Envy.
Some of the slow rounds, though, from Furia got very scary in the last map.
Oh, hello. We were looking at the Omen on the right side, but they forgot about Kesnet on the left.
That's your smoke's gone with 50 seconds to play. And this is a great read. Look at Envy. 4 players, or rather 3 with that clone over towards the B site. And they're standing just far enough back that this net won't hit them, and they can immediately fight back in off of that presence.
Good ante already from Envy. Koala does have the rocket, though. But by just shifting into the site, he might not even get a chance to use that one. Less than 30 seconds now. The combo wasn't even together. It was to hit both angles and allow Furia to break out of the gap. But now Koala goes down. Ultimate offline as Basic pulls out one himself, but that goes wide. Now Furia with 15 seconds left. Kesnet has ideas to try and jump in here and stop the plan, but he's a little bit too slow. Doesn't matter though with Rossi on the corner. 7 health and a shorty. And a miracle. What a round from Rossi.
Got a little sketch when that hinder miss from Kesnet. Looked like he was going to just be that sacrificial player yet again instead. Rossi there with the spray down in the trades. You look earlier in this round, there was very few options for Furia. They got shut down in A main. There was a re-clear in mid that locked them out of there. They had no choice but to hit into a stacked B site. And the positioning from Envy was great. They played far enough back where the util did not cause them any problem and just re-fought together to win the round.
Well, a tough choice made by Furia now, choosing to buy into this. 3 guns, banking on Koala's ult.
Yeah, it has to be the Raze Rocket. If you can get a nice combination with a net from Basic, he gets a connection. That's your win condition.
And so you just run your execs.
Look at this angle.
Was that grab net to shy the player away from the line, but Kesnet sees over the top of that cage. Because Koala went up for it, Kesnet dashes back to the site as the wall comes online.
The positioning there is again showing me great awareness from Envy. That's the util that they need to be ready for. You had a player up on the boosted angle here looking over the smoke to not get hit. You had another player peeking ahead with that refract ready to go. Both players that are basically unkillable with the rocket because they can either refract or just step down.
Yeah, we're going to have to work on your circle drawing, Mimi.
Yeah, it wasn't beautiful.
See, that's how you do it. You see that top mid? Beautiful work from Artson. Drops down the cover to get the cross. Bit disappointed that Koala's had this rocket for 2 rounds in a row, and he's just been prey. Instead, Fury have not set him up to use it.
I mean, they tried to this round.
Yeah, he's just out in the open. Now, though, they have found Rossi alone on the B side, but they have ideas to come back now into Shy. Pulling Calm over to that side to try and show some more presence and setting up for a little pinch play. 2 working in through top mid. Glyph, you're ready for it. Doesn't even stop for a spraying. 2 simple kills from him. Well, Demon 1 holds this down with that spike up in mid. Shy's just going to have to try and save again. And don't forget, this was a round that Furia bought into, thinking they had a Raze Rocket, thinking they could win this, even on a half buy. But they were sorely mistaken.
To me, this feels like the first time in this stage where I'm watching an Envy game, and I feel like They're winning not because of any like individual miraculous moments. And I don't feel like they're losing rounds because of mess in the late round. It is good ante from them, specifically how to play against this composition, and legitimately pretty solid execution in terms of how they're fighting off each other. And yeah, sure, you're still getting individual moments with these spray downs, but this is an Envy that is stepping up, that is tired of losing after 3 in a row.
Another couple of rifles from Furia. Interesting purchases from them. They will have enough money to have that into the next, but I think, again, just trying to bank on the fact that they have some critical ultimates. But the damage this could cause if it is yet another failure could be brutal.
Envy's so proactive. They already re-cleared towards A, got a forward posting, and now they lean 4 to the left side of the map.
And Knights is just in front of the combo play. Only a 1-for-1 as now Rossi just wants that fight. Kesnet was dropped in mid, so it's a bit sloppy, but now Demon One tracing these players with the neural theft. TP's past the trip. And now, anticipating awareness. Induces paranoia.
They found the gap, though. Furia walk towards top mid. If they call back towards A, it's only Demon One here. They know he's isolated main, and now they have all the info in the world.
Yeah, that helps a lot, just having that info. Because even if it's just one guy, he can still come at you from 2 different angles. He can still stay alive for so long. So Artson hunting him down here is critical. You must deal with him on the flank. And as a Hunter's Fury supports the fight by Glyph, it is Demon One on the other side of the smoke, steps into it, and is dealt with. So now we look forward to where Shy has found himself very deep behind enemy lines. And a chance to pinch down on Shop. Envy have an Urk. They have an inkling, some kind of an idea. And Rossi spotted Shy. Shy needs to get out of there, but he's too slow. Putting so much pressure now on Artson, but time is still of the issue. Ticking down now, Artson out in the open.
This is no problem.
The pressure for Rossi needs to get it to half, tries to pull away. Artson falls, but there is no time for Rossi to stick around. We'll be tied at 3 apiece.
It's a messy round from Fury at the end there. It's technically a Red Bull clutch from Artson as he wins off time in the 1v2. A lot of moments where that could have gone wrong. The fight into the smoke A main, even earlier in how this play happened towards mid. It looked like it was all Envy all day with their approach to this round.
And as much as we want to say, like, Envy get aggressive, this is also an anti-eco.
Yep.
Right, there were 2 rifles from Furia. They win the round. They didn't even have to use the big ults.
And where I was just bigging up Envy for looking a lot cleaner in this game, that was more of some of the old issues cropping up with the team fighting looking imperfect. Now this is
over
quick.
to B. Yep, double ults committed. Nobody playing on the site. Oh, Knights. Nearly a victim there. But now with the high line and a little gap too, Koala just runs out in the open there. Drifting in, Artson in the thick of it now. With the paranoia to retreat. Knights is now in enemy B main. Knocked out by Shy. Envy have been routed here. Still trying to work back in. Still without much success, finally found with a double face. With that wall blocking off on the right side, I don't know if they can hop that. It looks like Demon One got around. 1-on-2 for Calm, but the double swing is there, and Glyph will take it for Envy.
Cleans it up on the retake.
And that was a great example of team fighting.
Yes.
Glyph and his teammate there really swinging nicely together.
In main though, Knights on that ultimate, ends up getting caught out in a rough position, dies for it. But what I like from Envy is that when they see him go and see him die there, they take this pause. That's what you're bringing up, right? They freeze for a moment here. And then take a much better approach into the backside fight as Rossi comes around from Market. There's that jump you mentioned from Demon One. It's been a great position to line up with Glyph.
Nice plan making, Glyph. Let's go, bro.
And Furia, they've been putting their pennies together to force in round after round. Finally, it's broken here.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of light armor with a couple of rifles to do something. Ironic that it's the big ult round where nothing is found.
I love this though, recognizing that mid is weak, they really quickly walk into this space.
Intelligent drone from Glyph, but it just tells him the inevitable. tells him that there's players here and allows the rest of Envy to respond in turn. So 2 down already. Qual has really struggled at the start of a lot of these rounds. Of course, here you give him the slack with a pistol in hand, but it's been a tough start to this map too for him.
Spike planted.
Just pistols now in this post plant.
One enemy remaining.
Nicely done. On both fronts, Envy winning out. I mean, that looked so controlled in contrast to the previous anti-eco. Envy fully dialed and reacting to the mid-fight instead of over-pushing it.
I think Hezin especially had a really good approach to that one. He knows his teammates' TP is there, and instead of over-swinging, over-fighting, he waits for the approach from the other side, puts down a hinder, and protects Knights as he TP's back. You can see that sequence there.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect hinder. Very nicely done. I want to see that Kesnit, the man who can take aggression when it makes sense, be reserved when it doesn't, play off his teammates well. That's a lot of hot hands for Coach Shaw.
If the hands are flowing, the mind is too, I suppose. And he's got to keep those hands ready to press that big red button.
Of course.
Right? You don't want to be slow on the draw there. Miss your opportunity. So it will be a Furia timeout, trailing by 2 for the time being. And Basic has his ultimate coming into this on the deadlock. I don't know. I'm still such a believer. Maybe I'm a bit biased because...
Do you want them to just go back to side hits?
Just hit sites, honestly. Like, it was so effective versus Leviatán. I think the utility is so strong as well. And you're not really dealing with, I don't think, the same level of threat that Envy were exuding in terms of early fights with Demon 1 on the chamber in the previous map. I think they're actually afforded a lot more space into mains.
I do agree with you. However, I think that Envy are making a great decision in this timeout to buy Knights an operator. I think that's a really good choice. Because, as you're saying, they want to be saving this utility for their site hits, have the net nade combo for a back site. But you look at the rest of their comp, and they do have tools, a drone or a paranoia to clear up into main. But they want to be as greedy as they can to hold on to that. And if you don't read into this operator, and do just go for a site hit, that could suddenly turn deadly.
We'll see the adjustments from Furia. There will be a more deep focus on mid control as the shock dart doesn't quite have the distance to catch the trip. Almost caught Knights, as a matter of fact, who's repositioned here with the operator. There is an attack cage ready to go.
But he's walking back. It's a very deep trip. Lets him walk out into this space, catches them late.
Here we go. Basic. Ready to capture an opponent here. Ultimate at the ready. No one found just yet, and he spots him. No TP. Picks up the Cypher. Not even bothering trying to free Rossi. It's just going to mean his death anyways. Basic for 2. And now the paint shells as well separate Envy for a moment. It's a triple util combo while Artson was walking through mid. It is those type of layers which enabled Furia to dismantle the best team in the world. They've come up to a big success now, though. Envy just ignore the wall on backside. 2 on 3 now. Furia right around the corner. Waiting for this as Kesnit steps forward and quick on the retreat. Now the camera seeing both. Furia's utility is just so annoying. It's so disturbing this deep into the round to see a Cypher cam reveal you all. Still see smokes to box you off on site, to play around. Still you have to get through the sensor. The stuns are nasty. Demon 1, does he have the time? I believe he does. Demon 1, what a moment.
They had literally everything, but it was not enough to stop Demon 1. The Red Bull clutch at the 11th hour. And Envy keep the pace rolling.
What was that, a 2 on 4 for the
It
retake?
was. And this round was so good to start. The util combo, the split towards Boba. But Demon 1 just does it to him in a 2 on 1.
It's me and you, bro. It's me and you, brother. It's me and you, bro.
So right back into it. Again, Furia discombobulated on the buy. A couple of Guardians. But again, it's because they're one of these light armor teams. They can always kind of force something up and still be able to buy in the next. Hasn't quite mattered in a game like this as Knights Op will find its mark.
Remember, it was this half, the attack, where Furia got 11 rounds versus the Masters London champs.
Yeah, Leviatán got 1 round.
Yep.
So look, you've been praising Envy at the start of this map. Are they 6 times better than Lev? I mean, the numbers don't lie.
No, numbers would never lie.
Except this time in particular.
Except for when they play Lev.
Let's see if Envy can close. Like, that's really the question we're going to be asking now. Envy, commit that Waylay ult here on the anti-eco. That's a double ult on the anti-eco. And look at them carve. Good lord. Glyph with a pair. Comes like, they really wanted all that for us? Okay, Demon 1 again. And that is a round where Envy only take damage on a pair of players. 7 on the board now for Envy.
They just got incinerated in main. Really great stuff from Envy, showing that, hey, you've been showing us util combo upon util combo. YouTube combo? Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably end up there.
Yeah. This is great work from them. It was a little expensive for an anti-eco. But a round's a round. You're up 7-3. Knights has another op in his hands. They are feeling confident. And Furia might give you your wish. They have 4 players towards A main. A net early to get control of main.
Yeah, that net guarantees the one-way can't be stepped past. Knights would be crazy if he went for that. Just considering maybe using the distraction of the walk down mid. And we have the stack, and Knights just waits for the one-way to dissipate. Instant connection. And another round that Kuala doesn't get to play.
They're really taking their time in this mid-round. They slow down, and that gives a chance for Envy to get aggressive. Their success on both maps, I think you can tie it back to putting this pressure on, the mid-round aggression, giving you that next thing to worry about. And Furia having in bed with Artson. He calls his team back towards him, but Envy have not moved a muscle.
This is literally round 2 from Furia. Remember when Artson was here with the Ghost? Rest of his team went heavy around the left side. That allowed Artson to secure a 2K. Gonna need some kind of similar magic if they want to pull this round back. Knights doesn't have an angle for now. And it looks like Envy are playing this one diligently. Knowing they have the numbers, they can play back there. Choose to bust down that wall. Broken almost instantly. But now the question will be the retake. Even on a 5-on-4, that is not so easy as Deadlock puts down the deep sensor. Artson could support massively.
Breaks that down. There's no util left. They've done a great job being diligent with this.
The dash in as well. I mean, the duelists for Envy truly doing so much work. It is only Basic to hold on, pulls out the ult, picks up a player. And now Demon 1 needs somehow to deal with Basic. Glyph will fall victim as Calm comes around the corner. Rossi for another clutch. The sensor stuns him up, but forced to reload. Allows Rossi forward around the corner. It is Rossi again.
This is no problem.
Surely not again. Surely not once more as Calm comes out and claims the round for Furia.
It's a sick round from Basic. Dancing around that slanted box. Getting everything done for his team. The ultimate is well connecting.
Yeah, he only unlocked that because of the kills he got.
And this was a round that looked good for Envy. Knights got that opening shot. They have a 5-on-4 with the right read with all of the utility broken. But Basic didn't need any of those tools. Just needed an ult, his gun, and he brings the 4th home for Furia.
So even though it's a Furia round win, you see the power of the Yoru pick. That wild card. Envy chose to put Knights on. Now the clone can disrupt the double duelist, but this double duelist going active now. 1 kill already for Kesnet. These A main fights have been devastating for Envy.
They've had a lot of variance in how they refight this space. It's looked good almost every time. They're still going though. Look at Knights walking up under this one-way.
Just waiting for the smoke to fall. Just last round he abused that, but this time choosing not to overextend, nearly gets the flick. Will survive on 20 health.
Yeah, he's lucky to get out of here. Elsewhere, Furia have taken mid-control. They might want to call back towards Artson yet again. But he's more passive. He doesn't know how many could be behind that operator.
Yeah, the trouble is Art doesn't have a smoke refresh. You can't smoke off either the right or left side of mid and really create some chaos on the map.
Although towards B, Khan doesn't have great information either.
Yeah, Envy have seeded a lot of the mid space. So it'll be a scouting ult up on the box. Artson instantly set back, and he didn't really see anything. So Calm, just off that dart now, trying to find the Cypher, and Rossi just gets out of it. Now the pinch into the site with only 20 seconds left. There is no control for Furia until this hat comes down. Reveals the anchors on the site, but with 12 seconds left, Rossi is still there.
10 seconds left.
Putting the pain down on Furia. And with 20 health left, coming out from the dimensional drift, Artson will shut him down, but no time left. He needs the kill, has to find the player, and Demon One challenges him, of all things, confident to take the duel and to claim an 8th round for Envy.
It's a really good half out of Envy. I think they came in with an interesting composition and with good specific ante. In the early rounds, playing heavy for mid and fast flanking behind this brutal post-fight utility. Later on, showing us numerous aggressive re-clear looks in the mains. The execution here was good. It was a nice individual map from guys like Kesnit, Knight, and towards the end in some of these big rounds, Rossi as well. 8-4. That's a massive lead. Is it enough for their first map win?
Wait till 4 seconds, bro. What are you doing?
I'm not so sure. Let's go ahead and find out after we come back from the break.
All right, Koala, let's check in on the Furia rebuild, if you will. What are you happiest about with this rebuild?
I'm happiest that I feel like I have a little bit more support for me as an individual now with Duelist, so it's nice. It boosts my confidence, and there's a lot more like calm, I guess, if that makes sense. Like we're a lot more calm as a team.
What would you love to see the boys work on moving forward? It's only week 3, but
I mean, I think it's just confidence and just like trusting each other. We're obviously like having a rough start, so I feel like just like getting that win, like we know what we could do. We scrim and we do really good. Like we just need to show it in the server, like in a real match. And I feel like once we get that first win, it'll be like a sigh of relief for me. I'm not like I've been on the Furia roster with Art for like the beginning, and we're on like right now like a 7 or 8 loss streak. Like, oh my god, please just give us a win. Please.
Best of luck today.
Koala there begging for a win and in a good position after map 1. Unfortunately for him and the rest of Furia, they trail by 4 this time around instead of the 2 that they found themselves in back on Haven. What's going to be the turnaround now? They have to show off this comp on the defense.
Yeah, they barely had to last time they played. Won 13-1 against Leviatán in the first week of play. And they only had to play 2 rounds on attack, thanks to their dominance, or rather on defense, thanks to their dominance on that attack side. Now going to get tested here against an Envy. So it's solid this map.
I mean, solid. They're just completely outgunning Furia right now. Furia's half of their wins were the pistol and the bonus. Then they won an Eco. So one honest rifle round has been won by Furia. And in this pistol, a tough story as Knights knocks down 2. Now sets up for a very forward post plant.
I love the way that they approach that. The fast split into market absolutely cooks both these anchors.
Oh my word.
Okay.
He just knows. I suppose, okay. He's throwing us off the set. Like, not making it too obvious. Finding him through the walls. Fight getting prepared now from Fury as they step back in. That's a good shot from Koala Noob, and all of a sudden Rossi has to be a hero once again. A Kalat 2K, and now he's looking at a wall down on the ground. Calm has a chance, and this reload forced to go for it. Knights from the start to the finish, the hero of the round.
I don't know what was happening at the end there with Rossi dancing around in main. But Knights has his back. And this was...
I really hope we get the replay of Rossi.
Yeah. I want to see first the way that they opened this round, though, and show that again. I think Knights actually Yoru TP'd up through mid to get that super quick timing where he's splitting. Yeah, here it is. TP's in as soon as that Waylay's diving. That's so nice.
So
Artson
sick.
has to look at 2 different angles. And then as they scale back sight together, it's great yet again. And we just see the good parts from Rossi, which
That's
were
all we
quite
need.
nice.
I mean, this whole game has been a good part of Rossi. 14 kills to 7 deaths.
Another advantage of this Yoru, you can disrespect that net combo.
Yeah, I mean, even there, I mean, obviously he's able to teleport away after the fact, but he got fully in front of that combination. And that's just a great timing to know you have.
Take flight.
Right, that's something you can abuse in future rounds. Just full on sprinting past it. Early kill from Kesnet. That was so deep.
Yeah, I didn't even see where that, I think just diving in and then refracting out. Gets a weird angle onto that player back Boba.
Now Furia kind of scratching their heads like, wait, I thought their whole team was here. Where'd they go? It's quiet. Okay, calm, go back A. Figure out what's happening. Maybe they're up through our walls. Maybe they're up in mid. They could be anywhere. So by going full quiet, Envy have broken Furia's ankles in their entirety.
They don't know it yet, but this B site is completely free. Rossi's going to slowly figure out the picture as he contacts through market, and the dart sees nothing back sight.
30
So I'm not a big fan of the gamble rotates after a noise cut like this because, well, if you gambled right and they are going A, you're getting there probably still a little bit late compared to Envy. And, well, if you guess wrong, then it's just a free sight and you give up the chance for the stack.
Okay, Rossi. Well, yeah, it's just a ghost. That's all right.
And they have to work through the door too, so a lot of time wasted from Furia. And all things considered, probably just looking to die to the spike again, and that's why this forward fight was being held for a moment.
Yep, you just wait.
The tick comes in quickly.
Knights needs to get out with this outlaw. He will have a couple players in a position to test. They don't want to.
Nice.
They go towards the spike, but he catches one more on the way out. As it's a very clean anti-eco here. Envy up 10-4 now. 4 weapons saved through. They're on the precipice of their first map win this stage.
And again, Furia have been getting out-aimed in the rifle rounds. So by winning this pistol, Envy have kind of put the issue to bed. Just need a few clean looks out of them. And they can get that map in the win column.
So Furia need to get a win on the board here. They struggled on the pistol round versus the fast dive from the duelist. The combination. And there might be another play cooked up. You see those pings coming towards mid. Maybe consideration to split there, crunch the market players yet again.
But that's where these sensors are going to come in a big way. If Furia are in positions to play off of them.
You can just walk past them.
Well, yeah, right now, Calm isn't in a position to swing or take that fight. He just steps into it anyways. Dinked into the head, 10 HP, and the Classic is good enough for the kill. Now Koala Noob finally activates into a round. Nice to see him show up there. Trade out his teammate.
I liked that read from Envy, but Furia this time had a good reaction. Get that pick onto the player top box, and Artson, he's just been going for a walk. This should be 2 free kills.
I mean, Furia have completely swarmed the map. Stepping 2 players through A main. Koala spots the first and sends him straight into Art. Furia will deal with Envy on their bonus round, but now they have to keep this moving.
And I think that Envy are going to have more to show us with these creative double dive plays. They were setting up for one here as they contacted top mid. Calm, honestly, should have died there. If that wasn't an outlaw or the headshot connected, he would have been gone. You're looking at a round where suddenly it's a solo B anchor getting pinched. But instead, Furia keep control. And they get another round here with their guns.
Gun rounds have looked good for Envy. Now they need to work past the double Senti setup, but they're going straight into the aggro side of the map. As Calm will take down Knights, this complicates things. Down a player, but with control over mid. This is a tough round to try and navigate from Envy. We're gonna have a chance to listen to see exactly how they get it done.
Yeah, they're
Wait,
getting
it's a bad drone.
A.
It's a bad drone. It's not nothing.
Can we back to A?
Oh, we walk A, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got there. I can bait it, guys.
Let's break the wall. 3, 2, 1.
I can bait it, guys. I can.
I'm gonna smoke the right side again. They have passive camp for B.
Bro, I think we got B.
It's weak B, it's weak B, guys.
Close, break the door and we take B.
Close the door? Close the door?
No, break the door.
Yeah.
Cage trigger.
Break the door and shock there. You have shock there?
I already shocked this one close. I'll
We
shock
made
B.
noise towards B. They know we're
I'm gonna go default. I'm gonna go
Okay,
default.
I'm gonna camp here.
God, I think we contact out, bro.
Guys, they're playing retake with ults, boys.
3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna
So
smoke
camp
deep
on the
front
right,
then.
camp
I'm
on the
smoking
right.
deep front. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bind your
Go,
market
go.
now. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1. Binding deep.
Out backside, out backside.
Backside.
Two
Two.
I'm slowing down this. I'm slowing backside. You can
I'm
go
going.
in.
I'm going.
Get it outside. Left, swinging left.
Spike down B.
Hey, 117. It's okay. They wasted ults, guys. It's fine. Bro, that should.
We
Guys.
can buy again, no?
No.
Was that a they wasted ult com?
Yes.
When it got 3 kills?
And one flawlessly?
That's wild.
That's my IQ.
You know what? I respect it. I respect it from Envy. I mean, look, truth be told, very tough round. They lose their Yoru from the start. And then they just never saw a player, I suppose. The utility, the dart connecting on 3 players. Envy never figured out how to shoot that.
But they did break the door.
It took them a while.
Yep.
Next time they'll work on the dart break and it's just full steam ahead from there. And that puts Envy into a tough spot. That's just a Guardian for Kesnet.
Ooh, that sonic sensor is gross. So hard to clear that away
well,
unless you have a Yoru clump.
Yoru moment. This is like back on Ascent when the double Senti was getting played.
It's a great pick to counter this deadlock.
Everyone was picking up the Yoru to take it back then. Yoru was also just completely busted back then.
Yeah, he's a little less good now.
Stylistically, the matchup has always been fantastic for him. Breaking both the Cypher and the Deadlock util.
This is quite a walk to go on. 5v4 in an anti-eco.
That was also the single rifle that Kesnet had.
Oh.
It fell down.
Destroyed.
So chances looking a little bit dire now for Envy.
Yeah, take a look at what they're walking into. Tripwire, sonic sensor. They break one of them. Here comes the second.
Let's see. No more clone to work with, and this one-way is even more frustrating. Shot
Goodbye.
dart! And that's an easy kill for Calm. That is now 4 util kills in the last 2 rounds. Calm putting on a clinic here.
So back-to-back rounds without a Furia player dying. And their lead is now cut down to 3 when you're looking at Envy.
And building up a buffer for Fury. Even if they do lose a round here or there, they're saving so much cash by not losing any players.
There's that kill onto the hero rifle.
That's a tough way to go.
Yeah, a bit hopeless there for Rossi to get out of that one. Envy will call a bit of a timeout here after losing these rounds on the trot. And I think good news for them, first of all, is they have some of their key ultimates online. I honestly liked a lot of these faster early rounds. We talked in the first half about them just going for execs with the deadlock. I think you kind of want to see that again for Envy. But the stakes are high here. You look at this chart of winless teams. Americas right now with 4.
Yeah,
0-3 on all of those squads.
We've got 2 of them going on right now. And if you want to see Crew and Cloud9 face off, they're playing first tomorrow as well. But I think what Fury have found in these last 2 maps is they've found themselves in a deficit. They had to fight all the way back on Haven. Now they have the winning recipe, and by building up 3 rifle round wins in a row, they can cast off the doubts of that first half and bank on the strengths of their comp.
And more so than getting evaporated by Leviatán or ran over in any of these other games. If Envy get 2-0'd here, this is the most heartbreaking loss. Because you looked like a team, you had good prep. You were a round away, you had 3 chances to close out map 1.
And you go from being the best team in the Challenger and Ascension system back in Americas in 2025, and all of a sudden, all those teams that didn't get that crack at you last year are going to be looking at you as the easy mark come that play-in tournament.
You don't want to get embarrassed like that. You don't want to go into that tournament winless.
Fury in the same spot. Still need to work back here. They're working against triple ults on the other side. And the Yoru ult plus Sova ult, a brilliant combination. Everybody knows about it now. Sensor broken as Knights works in, but he finds no one, so it doesn't set up the follow-through out of Glyph.
They didn't even really scale off it, though. Fury is already absorbed back into the site.
They're slow, and there's a wall blocking off the late mid lurk. Out to Rossi. Now Kesnet lights up the site. Art trying to teleport out to the left-hand side, and Koala throws a rocket straight down the gut. 1 kill already for Fury as the spike is starting to debate whether or not it should stick around on A. And the drone seeing the omen tells Furia everything they need to know.
Envy have blown most of the tank here.
30
But the
seconds
wall
left.
broke in mid, so Rossi can come in.
It's getting watched. He would need to win that fight.
Furia know all their angles. Now it's just about hitting the shots. They both step away at the wrong moments, and Rossi pounces. Can the rest of Envy do the same? Look at Rossi. A couple of huge rounds, but with so little time, Envy have found a way into the site. Koala, the only one to possibly play spoiler, as he's distracted by the camera. Rossi hits a third. He has put his team on his back in this round. A round where things could have slipped completely away. Now he's pushed back. Shy advancing. 2 players stacked on the right-hand side. What can he do? Absolutely nothing. Envy steady themselves and take round 11.
It's a huge round from Rossi because this looked so grim. You watch back the start of this round and see the investment in Yori ult full clears the A site. They put a Waylay ult in behind it, but no one scales off it. The second that Raze ult is ripped, their shoot away, they're out of tools, and they needed a hero.
It's another round where Envy hit the brakes, right? Work a brilliant mid-round. Gonna need to see more of that. Oh, this time, it's a bit of pace. Over towards A. Quick dash up and over. Art alone on elbow. His teammates were walking down mid, so he takes the timing through the smoke, and Rossi still gets the better of him. Rossi is unbeatable right now. It makes Envy look the same.
They found my wire.
Claw on a flank, but stuck behind. Envy fighting up.
Here's the Hunter's Fury. Coming out from elbow. Glyph taking his time on the shots. Doesn't even fire the third. Living rent-free in Furia's minds as they slowly consider their options.
Right here.
Can they actually step forward? Can Koala do anything on the flank? I'm not so sure. The util is down. So the chances of Furia, they have been fully pushed back. They're calling it. They have no chance. They are ceding round 12 to Envy now.
Applause for Envy as they find themselves on another match point with another opportunity to win their first map of the stage.
They had plenty of them in OT on Haven.
They did.
But now a buffer of 5 rounds.
But what they didn't have was Rossi playing this well. Back-to-back rounds. The 3K previous here, just a beautiful shot on the lurk. They're already up a man, but he beats Artsin here.
Man.
He has no business beating Artsin. He does it anyway. Oh, and Artsin is pissed.
Yeah, I mean, you know that's bad. Only 3 bullets connecting on that. Either 1 more for the kill. Wasn't to be had. So a last-ditch timeout for Furia. Some ideas to jostle around here. And we're going into an honest round of Valorant. Nobody's got ultimates heading in. This is just basic stuff, and I think for Furia, yeah, that round they just get blown up on the exec. But I think these slow mid-rounds where Envy start activating lurks, start making it quiet, have made Furia very uncomfortable in a couple of these rounds.
And it's impressive because Envy have conditioned being able to do it both ways. These last 2 rounds were slow mid-rounds off the lurk. You look back at the pistol, it was incredible pace, fast diving, and they were turning people into pace with how good these execs looked between those 2 duelist players. And at any time, with 5 rounds left to play, they can return to that style, do another fast dive towards B, and threaten that as well.
I will say, if Furia are tracking the tendencies, Envy have, I believe, always on the freezes re-hit the site that they opened. Furia need to be aware of that. Need to play into the tendency, and Envy might need to think about the same.
I also think they have to put more of an emphasis into trying to flush out these lurk players. Koala has the op here. I like this passive angle he's holding towards elbow.
Doesn't get touched by the dart, but man, Artsin, 2 rounds where he beefs it. Furia should have had the advantage. And you know how emotional he looked after the missed shots before. That's got to be something he needs to overcome now. Stepping forward. Oh man, Rossi just owns Furia on this map.
But this time they don't look to re-hit. The rotate's already coming back towards A as they set their sights elsewhere.
And it's really early deadlock wall on top mid too. I think the response from Basic to early dive plays has been throw down the wall, stop the lurk, but because of this pause, Envy eat up one of the best util pieces Furia have.
And now they play with the clock. They'll look to fake towards B,
It is a
TP the
re-hit,
Yoru
baby.
back,
Come
and head
on.
into A.
Of course it is.
So this is the round for Artson to redeem himself.
He's over in the corner, sees Rossi stepping forward, gets the kill, and there should be a teleport back over. He still has no support on this side.
He still thinks it's B because he only saw the Cypher here on A. He's rotating away from the spike.
Artson has the ultimate to scout if he wants. 25 seconds left. More is what is required of Art on this side of the map. They don't have Koala Noob to jump into the site anymore. They need a strong anchor right here with 12 seconds left. Can he be that man? Pressure on the site and around the corner. That's one for Artson. Good enough to even the score. The post plant now, 3-on-3 as Kesnet steps forward, steps straight into 3. An opportunity afforded now to Furia.
But it's the 2 from map 1 that were incredible. Knights and Demon 1 to close this out.
Demon 1 on high. Patrolling both angles. As Knights see the first come in. Don't come in, Knights, unless you can win, and Furia can. Common Basic team up to take the round and keep us going.
He slammed his desk in the last round. He whiffed in back-to-back moments. But this time Artson delivers.
2 kills to equalize for Furia.
Exactly what he needed. It looked like it was going to be Rossi again. To Koala out of the round. Denied that operator. But Furia stay alive.
Good
4
work
more.
from Basic at the end there too.
Yeah.
The clutch moments from him have been so necessary for Furia's map win. And so it is time, I believe, for
a tech pause.
Pausa Technica. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leviatán and NRG fans in shambles at the moment. But at least it's entertaining, right? Come on.
The tech pause?
No, the game.
Oh.
Once we get back into it, there's nothing entertaining. Yeah, we got a player. Don't know what that means. We're pausing for the player.
We'll get more info when we can.
We have 5 people on the stage? No.
No.
We have 2 players missing right now, as a matter of fact. 1 from each team. Where could they go? Where are they hiding? Let's find out.
Well, they should be back soon, and we'll be able to get back into the action. But this is a big one for Envy. Reminder: they have yet to win a map in this stage. It has been such a disappointing season for them, but for Furia as well. You see Artson feeling that pressure.
Wow.
Head in the desk during this pause.
Well, Shy has rejoined the stage. Just waiting on Envy now. But it's really surprising. And, well, and we're watching Koala Noob leave now, too. They're dropping like flies out there. Where are they going? Arjun just wants to play the game. But he's forced to sit here, dwell, and prime himself to walk back in. He needs to step up more for the team.
He does. A lot to dwell on this year for Furia. After winning in kickoff, going 0-3 now. One of the biggest changes, though, was the roster switch-ups. Earlier, we spoke to Shy about his addition to this Furia roster and what it's been like stepping in mid-season.
O sea, siento que el hecho de yo entrar al equipo, los chiquillos me dieron mi espacio inmediatamente. Chao y Artisin me dieron mi espacio dentro del equipo, literalmente como que me dejaron jugar, como implementar mi juego y ellos como que me dejaron ser prácticamente y en base a eso empezamos también como a construir una nueva identidad del equipo. La verdad es que estoy muy feliz en ese sentido porque el hecho de llegar a un equipo, uno piensa que uno se tiene que adaptar. Pero pasó todo lo contrario, los chiquillos como me dejaron ser y el hecho de implementar mi juego me ha dejado más cómodo a mí personalmente a la hora de jugar y nada, estoy muy feliz con eso y con el 3 Basic también siento que va a ser un... A medida que va pasando más el tiempo vamos a ir agarrando más experiencia en ese sentido por parte Basic, vamos a ir agarrando más momentos dentro del equipo, así que eso.
You look at Chai as one of the biggest players for Crew when he was sporting that jersey in the past. Had to make a big change here, sure, reuniting onto a new roster with very different players, and in this match even with Kesnet on that other side, a man that he shared a stage with on the same squad for a large portion of his career. And I feel like in some ways we're still waiting to see Shai at his peak form, being that lurker that takes over every game. It's a meta that's kind of moved away from it. Most people playing double duelist, less emphasis on that role.
Still has some freedom to do it when they're playing the double senti here, and he doesn't always have to be stuck with the rest of the team. I can let you all know at home that all 5 players for each team have rejoined up on the stage, so hopefully we'll be getting things going soon. But I'll also let you know that Artson has still been in that same position. Finally now lifts his head, wakes up. I am excited to see if the beast has awoken.
Is that all it took? 15 minutes, lock in, your head down, and ready yourself for this comeback.
Let's get going. Let's play the game. How about it? Envy on map point. Chance to win their first map of the stage. But Furia now within 4. An operator unlocked for Koala. See if he can wake up too.
Envy have shown a variety of rounds. They've been good in these slow moments, getting Rossi activated into late lurks. Earlier on, it was the fast plays, the double dive, getting picks. Here it starts metered. They show very little to begin, just a walk towards mid.
Choosing to leave Knights over in B main.
Almost every round, Envy has ended towards A. That's the site that is pretty much always been lighter on Sentinel utility.
Interesting that Envy give Kesnet the spike. Maybe an idea to dash into the site, try and plant it and snap back. But it's just a walk on through. Shai will spot that. Cage is ignored for the time being. Knight's getting past it, completely invalidates that piece of utility. And another one broken. As the dash comes online, that'll be the plant for Kesnet. Maybe looking to play heavy off site here.
Basic has his ultimate. That could be a free kill on this retake.
This is such a passive hold from Envy. This is completely different to anything we've seen. They usually play so far forward. And now, with Rossi stuck on site, if he is caught here, that is brutal. He has been the guy for Envy throughout this map. And now he will not be here. 5 on 4, the number. Operator trying to post here as a Paranoia pushes all 4 members of Envy on the left-hand side. The one-way as well. I mean, the utility is just flawless here. There's nothing better than watching Furia retake with every piece in their arsenal. You cannot play the game.
They're saving.
You can't play the game. There's a one-way smoke. There's a deadlock wall even if you break it.
Which is exactly why you should not play off-site against this composition.
Gross.
You cannot give them space, be it defense or attack. As soon as you let them have a site, they will lock it down.
And Envy learned that the hard way.
This ult was so nice as well. You saw he was lining up there on the bricks to make sure he covered all of that default plant position, ensure a kill. And honestly, at this point, it is just easy. You spam one corner, you win the round.
Well, just a few rounds ago, Calm used his Hunter's Fury for 3 kills. Already has that back online.
Rossi said, they wasted all.
Well, let's see if Calm can get 4. Change Rossi's mind. Envy just ready for the B-pop. And why not? When you have the dimensional drift, it's oh so simple. And with this, they should be able to get that deep site control. Spotting out now the anchor of Shai. Placing down another cage, trying to stay alive here and stop control coming in on backside. Calls in the paint shells too. Koala and Shai are such a difficult duo to push away, and it won't happen. Shai is there, Basic as well steps in to support. As Envy try to blow up the map, they're not even going B, they're working up into mid. What a shot out of Knights. The A site open.
A completely free rotation. That is excellent work to fight towards Calm CT. And now the man we've been waiting for, to see if he can step up, Artson, has to answer for a Cypher in his spawn.
Rossi is ratting it out in the corner, and he shuts him down. So Basic, the hero of Haven, in a 1-on-2. Glyph is just 40 health to his name. Envy choose to double up off site.
He aced to keep his team alive there. Would need 4 this time.
He's got some time to work with.
Refresh on the net.
Taps it to pull a player away. But there's still a dart. And now the pressure might be a little bit too much. There's the net, steps forward, it's a 1-on-1. But he's got to pull it out. Glyph and Knights, the 2 men of the first map. It is Knights to win the first map of stage 2 for Envy.
Envy should be the team that outskills you. And this is a composition to do just that. Map 3 of this series. One of these teams looking for their first win of the stage. As we hop into Ascent, Furia on attack.
The area of contest will be mid. Battle lines drawn. Rossi holding a very deep paranoia from Pizza. A little flash on a flash idea. Set up Kesnet. There's the first and the second, a stun as well. It is craziness from Envy, but they haven't been able to make it out, still trying to charge in. If not for the good work of Basic. His shots have continued to be wonderful. Round after round, he's only gonna die to the molly on the floor. Furia have their pistol.
It was a nice trap play setup. But when you play those kind of aggressive ideas, one of the biggest things you have to know is when to stop. When your time has expired, your moment is past. And the moment very much passed here for Envy. You see this initial engagement was so good, but then Kesnet with no further util. Sliding in, greeting for the kills. It's the same thing with the players down mid. Basic and Shy just gobble up all of these easy picks onto Envy players.
Yeah, you know, they hit the jackpot at the beginning of the round and then just kept pulling the slots.
Yep.
Kept going for it. And that's where a guy that's steady like Basic is going to get you.
I think that's where a team like Leviatán really shines, because they go for a lot of similar trap plays, but you'll see them have the discipline to not overcommit off of them.
Interesting buy from Furia. And not even an FPX buy, because usually the 3 guns are Phantoms or a Guardian. It's kind of the weakest you can possibly get. And that leaves them vulnerable, especially because there's a chamber on the other side. 7 bullets to the Headhunter.
That is scary. And he's confident. Walking up mid.
I believe he was spotted. So double face from Shy and Basic, stepping back into him. Demon 1 peppered down to 19 health, and now this lurk from Art, again, just loves to get active.
The round is so strange, though. Demon 1 is now behind in attack spawn.
Demon 1 trying to join Furia, it looks like. Let me on the team, guys. But that means that Furia have to make the decision. Do they actually come back and deal with him? I guess they're going to allow Art to seek out the duel. Regrettably, as a matter of fact, but this B side is open.
Yeah, for his death. They will get a spike plant. They will get a post plant.
How do they set it up, though?
I think their biggest tool is Koala with that Marshall. Get him on a deep line. There's no smokes left on the other side. He should be able to farm against these armorless players.
Yeah, kind of ran to get up here, get that forward line, just like you were talking about.
Fires out.
That's a good connection out of Shy in mid, too. Envy, realizing they're down in numbers, down in guns, too. Don't have much of a shot here. So what could have been a risky round 2 purchase ends up getting steadied, I think. The lurk from Arts, and even though he eventually did drop to Demon 1, just getting that first kill, confirming that open sight here. Simplified things in a way for Furia. And they can get even more simple here. With the triple walk back into deep spawn. They're really trying to hunt down for the kills now. 2 seen in market. They've just missed their window of opportunity to claim those.
Get out there, Basic. He will. And the last 2 players succeeded their goal of just dying to the spike. Now, Envy did not put very much money into that at all, but they still invested too much to allow Demon 1 to have a round 3 operator. I think if I would have watched that again, I would have loved to see someone being more intentional about the buy in the pistol round to put him in a position where they guaranteed an op getting online sooner. I think that's such a key win condition for Envy, especially against a Furia who today has been playing a lot of very slow rounds, has been contacting around the map. I think that is one of the easiest solutions to make your defense way simpler.
Yeah, as long as you can post up an op and then play to stall out the util on the plants. How many times has Knights with his Phoenix Molly or wall just killed Calm trying to plant the spike? It's a bit silly the way it's looked. But now with that spam, Koala fully traced through the cover of darkness. Shuts down any idea to split in.
And now Furia back away from the space in mid, a drone. Reclearing B as well. And we are in a very comfortable position here. They have information on both extremities.
Yeah, Rossi's just been refreshing the A main one-way smoke, holding on to that, and also just being in a position to be able to swing on off of his teammate if the fight went tree.
Furia just praying that they'll get some kind of opening here, that someone will give him a pick.
I think there might have been a gun on Koala's body. Trying to ping and maybe pick up.
I think he got traded out for just that Spectre.
Yeah, but Artson had a classic, so he'll take that upgrade. That's not too bad from him.
Hasn't missed the timing on this cross, but they'll have to break the door.
Yeah, and they're very well aware. They might have hurt the teleport. Going back onto site. Two players. Arm in arm with one another. Glyph and Demon 1 just holding for the time being. It's a good flash. Denies any chance to fight out on this site. It's a big moment from Furia. Artson. Beast is woken up here. That's 3 with that Spectre he picked up off his teammate. Make it 4. He is here to play.
Turns out that that was the biggest reward of the round. The Spectre dropped in mid. Wins a 4-on-5 for Furia. That is not a round that Envy can afford to lose. And look at how he does it. Diving into the site off his own paranoia. Clean kill on the second. And then running and gunning his way back around the corner.
And it was that pop flash from Basic that set everything up.
So good.
If that doesn't come in, easy kill for Demon 1 to pick up.
And Envy are dead broke. 1 Bandit on Rossi, 1 on Kesnet.
Demon 1 trying to get in front of the dart there. No dice this time around.
They were quite aware on Haven when they were playing these slower rounds of how to deal with Demon 1's operator. You're taking time, droning him out, and maybe you could critique in some of those rounds that it got too slow, that they ended up not giving themselves enough options in the late rounds.
And the danger is always, for Furia, going to be when they delay, and then a refight comes in, a reposition like that. Demon 1, easy kill, but if they run away from Demon 1, then you're stepping into all that fighting utility of the double duelists. So that's why they go straight towards him. Paranoia. And he's running on out of there, crouched down. So he can't get penned through that. Will another be found? Demon 1! What can't you do? Brilliant way to open this up. And now with that flame wall, Kesnet's going through it. It's 3 for Demon 1. Envy out of nowhere. Steal this round from Furia.
There's Envy. They gave us the heartbreaking game 1 against EG. They played this same map. They ran a default comp. They looked dead. But here they changed their composition, and this is who they're supposed to be. The team that outskills you.
Look at that shot.
Demon 1. He doesn't miss those. Too damn clean with the Headhunter.
And so just like that, Envy into it. Now Basic has an ultimate, and Envy are running a play against it. Paranoia goes up. Kesnet trying to slide into the mix of it all. As Rossi finds the first, and Knights is not far behind it. Look at that! Envy get active. Artson is somehow behind the world. He pulled the ultimate for that. But his spike is back in his own spawn. He has so much left to do.
You can see the awareness. Kesnet heard that ultimate. He's holding back up towards mid. His Basic.
Whoa,
that's a freebie.
Just out in the open. Glyph should have the swing, and he does. So there did seem like there was a gap for a moment. Envy have a major numbers advantage. They have the spike covered in mid. That's about keeping it clean and not teleporting up on top of Ticket. It's a bit sloppy from Envy, but it's a win regardless in the end.
The brain worms came in for a second there. Teleport up top, teleport up top. Rossi listened.
I mean, he convinced Artson to want to do the same.
Yeah, almost mind controlled him. Either way, that was another great round. I like the aggression on defense. My biggest critique of the last time they played this map was how passive they were, how they sat back here. Look at how good those flashes are. perfect connection onto 2 players. The timing with Kesnet coming through mid. It's all stunning stuff.
I don't know. I feel like there was a real window where Furia win that. If Basic wasn't caught jumping up there when Glyph swings, I think Furia has.
Well, here they go again.
They want to run the fast rounds. They're working. Why not? Duelists go flying in. Easy kills, easy pickings.
And a free spike.
That is a half buy from Furia.
But as with the last map, they still tried to kind of tipple their way into this round with a few rifles, hope they could get something more.
Good shock onto Knights. Where the angle, but that's just credit spent, it feels like. I'm trying to throw those in. As, yep. Bye-bye, Koala. Better luck next time. Slide on forward. Good work from Calm. But again, it's just another 1v4.
Knights look so sharp, though. All 3 maps in this series. It's been his day. And he was good in the previous games. The summit that they played last week when he was on Omen especially, I felt like he was the shining light in what was really a grim day for Envy. But here his team has arrived to back him up. They've had the right comps, the right theory behind him.
30 seconds left.
All right, Mimi. I'm calling it.
What?
Furia, it's a timeout. It's got to be.
You'd think so.
I'll walk away if they don't call a timeout right here after
You'll
getting
walk away.
run down and gunned down 2 rounds in a row. I'll take that set off. I'll do it.
You will?
I will. I promise.
All right, let's see.
They're going to call a timeout.
But what if in all this time they've been
10
talking about
seconds
how to
left.
not get ran down and Shaw's like, they got it.
Nah.
This is like longer than a timeout that we've been waiting.
You got to believe me. Shaw's calling the timeout.
All right.
I mean, they've got to work through a lot of things right now. The micro on how to respond to these dive plays is just something you have to be dialed in on. Envy have clawed it back after winning the eco round into 2 just heavy blitz plays to mow you down.
If they did call a timeout, or even if not, I'm Envy here. I'm sitting back. I'm getting an operator in Demon 1's hands, and I'm playing retake with my ult.
Oh, they're not calling a timeout.
Get your headset off, buddy.
They're not calling a
Go
timeout.
for
I
a
got
walk.
till 0 seconds.
We're sending you to a farm upstate.
Don't send me to a farm upstate. Take anyone else, not me. Take Envy, take Furia. Okay.
Get out of here. I'll cast the rounds. Yep. Headset's gone. Christy's going out in the crowd. Later. So 3-3 here between Envy and Furia, as they have had their moment to talk things through. An ult for Common Basic, and another very slow approach. This is where I'd normally toss, but I'm still alone. Ender's talking to the people in the crowd. Suppose a deal's a deal. All 5 members of Furia group towards B main. Contact forward, Glyph. So make some noise running back as it's Demon 1 behind, waiting on this chamber. The passive round. Can he find his mark? Smoke up, and he's stuck away. So Furia will get a spike down, will get into this site. And a 5-on-5 retake to be played. But a run it back for Knights. And a slow one still, finally. The plant comes down, run it back is in. Knights committed forward, that's 1 for him. The flick nearly picked up a second, but it's Demon 1! Onto Koala. Calm trying to ring out with the Hunter's Fury. You see Envy still stuck behind the lines of scrimmage, fighting forward. Kesnet waiting for his moment. Now they go, Paranoia in. Calm still stuck in main, only 2 on this side. Kesnet lines up both of them. Calm, he's out of this round. 4v1. It's Envy with the win. They pull ahead. You missed a good one.
I know, I was out there. I was out there with the people, okay? They told me they want to see an Envy win, and that's exactly what they got right there. Now, me personally, I want to see a Furia timeout, and I think we're going to get it this time.
They will call one. Just 1 round too late. This round was so nice from Envy, though.
Look at Kesnet go, man. Yeah. Honestly, I think your read of the players in comms being like, we have time, let's talk it through, we don't need a timeout, saying that. If I'm like in Shaw's head, I think he wanted to call the timeout last round. His players said no, and now he's
keep
like,
coping, buddy.
Absolutely not, it's my turn. Let's see what the turnaround's going to be for him.
Well, they don't have money anymore. They've lost 4 in a row at this point. And I think now they have a couple different things to deal with. Envy could go back to showing these aggressive plays, which what you brought up before is absolutely right. They did not have good reactions in how they fought back into that. They looked flustered. But in these slower rounds, I think they also have to find answers to deal with Demon One in these deep opping angles and just the pure retake potential of the Phoenix, the Neon together. They have so many tools to win these big team fights.
How do you deal with that in a post fight? Do you need to get like up and close next to a wall, preempt the fight? Do you need late lurks? Because it seems like if they're just sitting back, they're getting beaten.
Either way, it's difficult. I think that trying to get a player ahead who can disrupt that retake is massive, but you do look at some of these earlier games from them, and Shy, it was his lurks that I was looking at as a key. We haven't seen that at all. I think both things you bring up are options.
Hard to lurk, though, when there's a Demon One off on the other side.
Any space that you're taking without utility is inherently a risk.
Even just going over here to B. Right. Koala, the only guy with a gun for Furia. Quick smoke to get out of the choke, and he dashes into the site. First shot goes wide for Demon One. That allows the door to be closed, and Artson will be the player to play up and close. As I say that, he actually falls back and leaves that duty to Koala.
So a 5-on-5 retake. And again, they're fully back on site, fully tucked together. It might just need to be a heroic Koala round.
There's so much utility. Paranoia, double curveballs, still a dart from Glyph. Good luck making it through this, especially when Kesnet is just running circles around you. Come on! You just can't do anything about him. And the rest of Envy on the approach. Calm backed in against the wall. And there is absolutely no chance he can do anything about it. Kesnet up and out of his chair again as Envy hit 5.
Furia looked like they were just waiting for the inevitable. They hunker down on the site, and Envy runs circles around them. They need something else in these post lines. They need forward space. They need a second angle. They need a fight for something. But here they don't. And Kesnet runs a rough shot over them with the overdrive.
He just looks uninspired right now.
It feels so good to watch Kesnet like this. After what a bad stage he's had, to be topping the charts for his team.
B main fight. Get ready for it. Flash up through the window, and here goes Kesnet. Already quick on the slide, but no one shows themselves. Furia not wanting to take any chances, but the early ante pays off this time. They don't get run down.
You see that, and you want to quickly react elsewhere, but the Demon One's off. It's a challenge.
This is interesting, though, because Envy looked like they wanted to pivot mid, but they're back to B main, letting Demon One be the guy to step up here instead. As his angle is covered, he'll retreat, and a re-clear in B main from Envy spots no one. They're going to preempt that a bit and start shifting A.
But do they stay mid when they hear that trip get broken? 3 players now posted there, and a great setup here. Look at the paranoia off of the contact if Demon One's off in tree.
Envy are so mobile right now, but maybe getting lost in the sauce a bit, expecting a re-hit on the B side.
But Chrissy, if they hold tree, their retake is so good.
Ooh, that legged him. Shy on 30. But he'll whisk away. That still means some threat in mid, especially as Envy have fully given up. There's no one hanging out in mid right now, so alert could be on the cards. They have no way of knowing. Demon One up in heaven, and Rossi blinded up. Demon One needs to keep his omen alive, and he buys just enough time for Rossi to stay in it. Can they make it 6 rounds in a row? I think they can. Shy was taken down low to Demon One's up. He lived to tell the tale, but there is no way he wants to go back in.
This guy's in peak form right now.
10 seconds left.
He's not missing with that op. And he's completely locked Furia out of the A site. I just love how proactive Envy looked in this round. Sure, maybe that leads to some gap. Sure, maybe they lose a sight off that. But because their retake is so good, I would much rather see them playing this style where they're constantly looking for a fight, looking for the next piece of information, than sitting back and letting the game happen to them.
And it's fine because the gaps are always intentional, right? It's a cost that Envy is willing to make sure they have a stronger fighting force where they are expecting Fury to actually be.
When we talk about these issues, I think you also have to call up some of the Furia micro.
Another one?
Yeah. The way that they're scaling into these sites has not been it. They haven't been able to get successful trades onto Demon One. They haven't been able to hold strong when they're in the post fights. They look out of sorts. Koala's 1-7 on the Jet.
No matter where he's going, he's getting shut down. And that was kind of a big issue on Sunset as well. Like, there were so many rounds that he wasn't even able to play the game. He's getting shot in the back of the head or, you know, getting pinged up by some kind of Sentinel utility. That was a really frustrating map for him, and I think it's continuing in some problems here on Ascent. And I think maybe in a world where Furia start on defense, he's builds a little bit more confidence, he can have a lot more fun, but it's hard when things aren't going well and you're the duelist on attack.
But they have a buffer. They want a pistol and a bonus. If they get 1 or 2 more rounds this half, they're in a good position. They get Koala on defense with the operator. There's still a world to stay in this game.
I mean, every single map so far, Furia have trailed at the half. Haven that they won, it was 7-5. But we'll see if they can actually get within that spitting distance again. 2 timeouts already burned. It's so desperate from Furia.
You want to play? Let's play.
Demon 1, tour de force and a rifle to back it up.
But it's such an interesting read. Envy have 4 players on the B side. They threw this one way in A main and have usually played behind it. But this round there's nothing. But Furia have to still respect it.
And even if they figure out this site is free, get the hit, then it's the old Demon rearing its head.
Well, that's where they're going to have to make some changes, make some adjustments. Is in the post plant. See if Koala can activate. Right now he's just up on top of Jenny. And Envy don't have ultimates to come back into the site. This should be more challenging for them. They have to get through a door. They have to get through trips now. The Shy's able to set up.
But again, Furia is fully clumped on the site. Only Calm with his second angle.
1 flash for basic. And we're putting a spotlight on Koala. He's got the knives. He needs to make some plays. Has control of Heaven for now. Considering getting back into the angle, and Demon 1 says absolutely not. Now numbers, as Furia find themselves pinched into tight corners on site. Flashed up, everyone is blinded, and everyone is dead too. Shy is gone. Envy cannot be stopped.
Even when Furia have a site, they just sit there and Envy take control. Another beautiful retake. Koala knew that he was the man to make a difference. He wanted to make this play off the back of his teammate's flash. Demon 1's better.
Yeah, Demon 1 gave Koala 1 knife. If it's not a headshot, I win.
And in what Envy game this stage have you seen Kesnet at the top of the scoreboard? Demon 1 with a 5.0 KD.
They've only killed him twice in 10 rounds. That's 7 in a row now for Envy. Again with a 4 stack. Rusty's the only guy on A, and he's still killing people outside B.
It's illegal.
And now a flash up into main, maybe a little bit ambitious. And yet Glyph will still be there to shut it down. Rankers is back. We're just running at people now. Envy mowing him down. Come on, get after it. Have some fun, get off the leash. Or maybe not. Demon 1's on 17 HP now. This is why we don't listen to him. This is why we stop listening. Do not give Basic an inch. You cannot let this slip. Don't let it happen. This would be a disaster of the most extreme level. And Rossi will come back in to guarantee the round.
Not even close.
Well,
8-3 though. They keep this streak going. 8 rounds won in a row. And it's again the team fighting, but here it is literally just spam.
What?
Rossi holds left click. They pile up on top of one another, and he's rewarded with 2 kills.
What if all smokes became Harbor Coves?
Stop
Thoughts?
that.
Pitch? Let's just cut that out right now.
I don't think Fury can rely on that though.
Good Lord. I mean, we're just going to run him down. Fury on a half by, or it's a force, but it's Guardians and it's light armor, and Envy are just putting the fear of God in them. They didn't even commit to the fight.
You want to react, you want to go, but look who's here.
Demon 1. He's flashed. At least the utility was there. Transitions into the rifle, and it's Furia up numbers for the first time maybe ever. Kesnet now in. Takes Art's head off, but it costs him his own life.
I know exactly.
Rossi is getting spam kills. Furia look all out of sorts, just swinging back in 1 by 1. Calm trying to assist from afar. But they're blocked up by a smoke in main. Calm has so far to go. Couple of shocks to fire away, but it's Rossi through the smoke again.
That's 4 kills through smokes in the last 2 rounds of this half. And that's Envy after losing the first 3, going on an undefeated streak to close out the half.
9 in a row. Brutality. Koala thought that he won the round, but then a head is seen just there. Rossi holds because Furia full abandoned the site. They've been getting bullied so much on the site. They tried to leave.
Come on!
And even that wasn't possible. So Envy have truly stunned here to open up our final map of this series. Let's see if they can close after the break.
Thank you. Remember, my favorite. Hey, appreciate that, brother. Let's go. Buena suerte. Y recuérdate, eres mi favorito.
Gracias, César.
Good luck, man.
Thank you so much, bro.
Remember, you're my favorite.
Thank you.
Good luck, Tom. And remember, you're my favorite.
You mean it? You said that to me. You mean it? You said that to me. Wait, so he's lying to me? Yeah, he's lying to me. You wouldn't do that to me, right?
Good luck out there, basic. Remember, you're my favorite.
He's lying again. No, he's lying. Okay, why? Multiple times just in front of me is right.
We come out of this halftime with a major lead for Envy. 9-3 the scoreline, but that doesn't tell you everything because within those 9 rounds, you have to understand that that is the last 9 rounds in a row that Envy have won, Mimi.
Yeah. Ever since that bonus round win, and Envy echoing them back, they've not dropped a round. Both these teams came into this series winless. 0-3 records. Envy came in without a map in this stage. They should have won 2-0. They had 3 chances to close out on Haven, but they fought back. They win Sunset, and now just 4 away from a series win, from sending the kickoff champs down to a 0-4 record.
This year has turned out so differently than anyone on the Furia roster would have anticipated after that kickoff year. They're trying to put the pieces back together, made that change to bring calm into the team. But now, if they lose this pistol, risk losing the map, the hope of the start of this year could just dissipate in an instant. And it does as Koala drops. It's not been his game.
He had no chance. Executed by Demon One.
Flash into tree. Calm with a good shock dart. But Demon One has kept marching up through mid. Shy in the corner, and Rossi will charge him down. Good luck, Basic. Demon One is still in your walls. 3 for Demon One. Another pistol secured.
He is 14-4. He's just a consistent demon.
10 in a row for Envy. And this is the defense side from Furia. You can't even bank on, oh, we got the extra money off of a spike plant. You can't even force after a round like this.
Well, this
So it's classics.
Shaw already burned through both his timeouts. Has to take his hands off the wheel. See if Furia can craft up some way to stop the bleeding. Good dart from Calm, but the guns just aren't there to back it up. And this guy's just sprinting through mid. Back-to-back rounds. Doesn't it? Or the Koala tries to dash back in him. But instantly he escapes back into main. What do you do?
Die to the spike. It's about all you can do this round.
I guess it's better than dying to Envy. Got you. God knows Fury have been doing enough of that today. So they'll go out without as much as a whimper in round 14.
Knights
It's
wants
getting
an ult.
ugly. It's getting so ugly, and Knights will have it. Yeah, give it to him. Why not? They can't even kill him. They can't even survive. They can't even die to the spike if they wanted to. Knights has 4. Wrap this thing up.
And sure, he'll lose another gun there. But he's 1 off the Phoenix ult. They're 2 off the win. What do you do? Demon 1's walking mid. No one can stop him. You try and hold the site. The exec looks too good between Knights and Kesnet.
I mean, the absolute...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's crazy. Well, Fury want to take the fight to Envy. I'll tell you that. Envy taking a true bonus here. Molly locks down the lane as Kesnet just runs straight through the utility.
Great
4
night.
players spotted over here. So it will be a quad stack from Furia as Knights unlocks the run it back.
Envy loved going for these early round pressure plays into late rehits on map 2. Here they send the spike elsewhere as a drone works Demon 1 into mid.
Calm got shot there. 70 health now.
So much of his career he got to have this man alongside him now. His worst nightmare in the server.
It's like, ah, yeah, that's what it feels like to play against him. Not fun. And now, Furia, who gambled on the B side, have abandoned Shy here, and he's playing on site. There's a rifle in his hand, and there's a Phoenix ult being committed. This is not easy. Shy needs multiple kills here, or it is bad news for Furia. He'll have 1, but now pressure on the other front. Calm comes in to support, and that might be good enough. Still, though, the threat of that rifle and the threat of Demon 1 on the lurk. How perfect is he? He is just that good. Still Envy down numbers. As Knights jumped up into heaven. Knights! Are you kidding? Koala to have some chance of coming back in this map. You can't let him have that! Envy are just 1 away.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing from Knights in heaven that round. He walks at them. So does Demon 1. This is a team that had lost their identity, lost their way. They didn't know who they were. Playing the default comp on Ascent, barely looking for a fight. Got humiliated by evil geniuses. But this is Envy. Taking every fight, every risk, and winning it all.
Total heartbreak and total collapse. Artson won't get to play the round. Koala finally knocks out Demon 1, has his number. But it's still relentless from Envy. The pressure down as walls are going all sorts of which way. There's a fast lane put down to split into market. And I think Envy just want to bully Koala. They know he's on this side of the map. And for now, support far off.
Just a bulldog. Try and keep his team alive.
Basic doesn't even have any flashes. He might just be stuck in the smoke. No easy way to get through it. And now there's a walk up through mid. Knights needs to work past Calm. It's a close exchange, and now Koala finally is able to activate. Koala tries to reclaim the spike, but he's knocked out of there. Furia finally accomplished something. Stop the bleeding.
They had lost 12 rounds in a row.
Oh my god.
That would have been 13 had he not pulled this one through.
Not to be. And it was with a bit of a just run at them idea. Turned into a stronghold.
All done to Furia, but this is a steep cliff.
Yeah. The difference for me that round was how quick Calm was able to shift over to support that fight. Furia need to be in all the right places at all the right times. That round they were. This round, Calm also in the right place. Spike on the A side.
Knights won off his second ult of the half. He'll have that for this A hit.
Good shock out of Glyph. Only 1 more trip to work past, but the teleport straight into it. Shy doesn't pull the trigger. He's letting them hit the trip so he can take this timing around the corner. That little ping pong play with Calm, real nice. And Demon 1 realizes His whole team's out.
Good lockdown there. Shy and calm. And 2 rounds in a row now where you really feel the impact from the Sova. He's low HP though. And not particularly tradable in this position. It would take a bit of a deeper swing from Basic.
I have the spike.
Well, he knows where Calm is. I'll tell you that. Just wanted his. Calm still up there, lapping it off. Still down 7. And I think what we've seen from Furia now is they've dealt with these hits pretty nicely, couple rounds in a row. Shy choosing to value timing over just spamming off the kill, or off the trip where he might be more easily traded.
Nice. Killed you. Let's go.
So
is
me.
Nothing you can do but laugh in that position. There's no guns to speak of for Envy here. They're gonna try and run it down together on B. The ultimate, the only threat.
I mean, Kesnet's ult last time ripped him up. Shy is just ratting it out inside of the cage as a teleport to his opposite side. He's in exactly the right position. Kesnet's on the site, and a good turn of the flash allows Shy just click some heads as the smoke comes down, but Demon One committed the ultimate in there. Bit ambitious from him, but now in a 2-on-3.
It's awkward though. He has the spike, needs to ford this river, and that's Kesnet escaping with a gun.
Wow, they get everything they could possibly want. A fake tap. Demon One still hunting for the fight. That is so bold. Even a 1-for-1 isn't good enough here. He needs to get in, get out, and he does! Another fake out. He is toying with them, playing with his food, but convinced they're gonna come down lane. Another fake out. This time going all the way. Furia have to lead. They're high load, but it doesn't even matter! Basic and Demon One. Another deke.
30 seconds left.
He's got his classic out and still ready to fight. 1 bullet. TP set, and there is Basic. Furia still alive.
How many resources did it take to finally kill Demon One?
Stress levels through the roof.
The cortisol spiking. I'm just in awe watching him play right now. It's been so long since we've seen this level of Demon One.
Again, a 4v2, I believe, with no guns for Envy.
Odin market.
Oh, shit.
Still making it close.
So Envy now, the team who has to call a timeout, is Basic. Breathes a sigh of relief.
Shaw can finally get back in there. You know he didn't think he was going to have another chance to talk to his team. And that puts him in an interesting position, because now things have been going well. And now contemplating what to do.
I think the biggest difference, the biggest missing piece has been the Koala op.
For sure.
They get that online now for this round.
And I think that'll be important, because the one thing that Envy haven't done in a while is just let Demon One off the leash on the lure.
Yep.
He's playing well on the sites with the team, but if we go back to what he was doing on the pistol in the early rounds, mid is going to be a problem, and Koala will have to deal with that with an op.
And it's a tough rule to win. Koala 6 and 16, Demon One 20 and 8. But you know, at their respective peaks, both these players are so tightly matched in their skill with the scoped weapons.
A few more seconds before what could be the end. And during the timeout, there was a flurry of pings from Envy, targeting both market, you can see right now, but also in tree. Mid is going to be an area they want to blow up.
Going up.
Very early ball.
Yeah, it gets you out. Cross towards catwalk. This is quick from Knights.
Yeah, threatening it up here with the run it back. Team staying a good distance behind him, and Knights just lays out Shy. So with that kill, Envy decide to pursue into the site and calm his glass with this Odin. Absolutely no armor. He's a sitting duck here if Envy get the jump on him. The whole time, Demon One patrolling mid, waiting to find his mark. And Furia choose to come all through heaven, and that's impossible when Glyph has the ultimate. So they're stalled out. Glyph was out of range of the null command, and contact on Artsin.
spam down. Koala trying to stay alive, needs to win this fight on Hell. 3 bullets in the chamber. Koala still in it. To stay in the map. Furia can't miss a beat. 2 players in main, Demon 1 lurking up through tree. Demon 1 breaks the wall, and he's charging in for basic, he finds him! Art has no health, and Demon 1 delivers! Envy have won their first series of stage 2, and it's off the back of Demon 1.
Demon 1 has arrived. 22-8 on this final map. A frankly unbelievable closing round from him. And a win on the board.